indigenous, we got shot callers, we got activists, we got politicians, we got lawyers for ya. But don't knock us for being great, delineate. And now we're singing, hey, it's all about the lineage, baby. 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 Can't nobody take our pride. Can't nobody hold us down, no. We gotta keep on moving. They keep on moving the goalposts. Oh no, no. Broken alliance everywhere. In every spirit, let's be very clear. We ain't letting up, we ain't getting up. It's our throne, we built it, it's our home. Take your shoes off. It's all about the lineage, baby. Oh no, it's all about the lineage, baby. It's all about the lineage, baby. Oh no, it's all about the lineage, baby. Now what y'all wanna be? FBA, ADOF, Freeman indigenous. We got shot callers, we got activists, we got politicians, we got lawyers for ya. But don't knock us for being great. Delete it. Now we're seeing, hey, yeah. Can't nobody take a pride. Hold us down, no. We gotta keep on moving. We keep on moving the goals. Oh no. Broken alliance everywhere. Broken arrows in every spear. Let's be very clear. We ain't letting up. We ain't getting up. It's our throne. We built it. It's our home. Take your shoes off. It's all about the lineage, baby. Oh no. It's all about the lineage, baby. Yeah. It's all about the lineage, baby. Oh no. It's all about the lineage, baby.
They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. We the original, number one, uno. We're not alike, you know. All our liar like we made in the image, our likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it, they tried it, they tried to sell it, they tried it. They not like us, they not like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They not like us, they not like us. They don't like lookalikes. They don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like us, they don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They not like us, they not like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like lookalikes, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. They don't like us, they don't like us. We the original, number one on the road. We're not out like you know. Y'all are all liars, like we're made in the image and likeness. Our image is righteous, our lineage is priceless. You can't buy or sell it, it's right. yourself, it is right.
African Americans prioritize blackness isn't necessarily the same way in which an immigrant would prioritize their blackness. So, you know how African Americans will say, oh, black writer, black creator, black artist, black lawyer, black doctor, black woman in STEM. No, when we come to this country, it's immigrant or nationality. Maybe our careers next, and then whatever else comes after that. So immigrant, Jamaican, marketer, whatever else comes after that. The issue that you're having is we don't see ourselves as one of you. And the reason that we don't see ourselves as one of you is not because of blackness. We just see ourselves as an outsider.
The issue that you're having is we don't see ourselves as one of you.
The entire purpose of affirmative action, set-asides, civil rights laws, laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association, all of that was to make up for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational black Americans, the descendants of American slaves, you've taken away the whole purpose of this. So to make the point that Kamala isn't a foundational black American, I always point to unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational black Americans, the descendants of American slaves.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that, okay? I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
Said that you resent the idea of being called an African American, that
yes.
You are a black American.
Yes.
Explain.
I think that when they call black people who were born and raised for generations in this country, if you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations your family's been here, built this country too. Sweat and tears and all that, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country.
I'm always going to be known as a black American. I can't call myself an African American because when they want to separate us, then they say we are African American. But remember this, when I'm competing in the Olympics, I didn't compete on an African American Olympic team. I competed on an American Olympic team. So don't separate me when you want to separate me.
I am not an African American. I'm an American. I am a black American. I am definitely black. And yes, my ancestors come from Africa. How long does a bloodline have to live in one land before they are considered a pure species of that land? Meaning, how long did my people have to be in America to say, hey, no, we're American, compared to some people who are English American, who are Irish American, who are German American from their ancestors, but they get to call themselves American. There's nothing wrong with being African American, but a true African American is someone that is from Africa and moved here, either first generation or second generation, and has a tie to that country that I do not have. One of the first census in Virginia that allowed for black people to have a name was somebody from my family.
So Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't. We're not from the motherland, we're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a black American. So I consider myself a black American. I don't consider myself African American and shout that. Because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
I don't mind the term African American. I don't want to be called African American.
Why is that?
I'm not African. Very strong.
As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh? Go anywhere.
Sir, could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us. Finish. Let me finish. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Figure out how Afro get in front of my motherfucking race. I ain't never been to Afro-Caribbean. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. Ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland, yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. America's real true land is right here in the U.S. soil. My mama can't tell me not one story about Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here.
The California Commission, I love what they wrote in their 400 or either 400 or 500 page document as a result of it. The problem I have with the California Commission is that it yielded to this idea of lineage-based reparations. There are this group, and you name the foundational Black Americans, as well as this group, ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, who believe that the only people entitled to reparations in this country are those who can trace their lineage directly to enslavement. There was a 5-4 vote to accept lineage-based reparations in the state of California on the commission. I disagree with that. I think that reparations should be race-based. I think that Black people in all of their walks of life, which is getting reparations for all African people on the thing. So,
yeah, you know, this lineage-based reparations, which ADOS, and I understand they used another name in California.
The Freeman.
Yeah, because that ADOS name is being discredited. The Freeman, my butt. So you're going to go on lineage-based reparations, which is designed to further the objective of ADOS and others that you have to be born here to get reparations. Well, what does born here mean? We all came from Africa or the Caribbean or somewhere else, but usually Africa and the Caribbean. So this is designed to exclude anyone that can't prove that they came from where. Because if you come from Africa, you didn't come from here. You know what I
mean? And furthermore, it also
included under your definition.
Right. And it also divides Black people. Can you imagine one person who was born or mother was born in Jamaica and then they were born here in the United States? They don't get reparations. This whole lineage-based stuff is just confusing.
To say that Black Americans don't have a culture is fucking dumb. It's like, first of all, a lot of there were some Africans, there are Black people that are from here that are not slaves. There were Black Indians, there are Black people that were here, you know what I mean? And then you have some that were taken from Africa and the African American, they created the African American culture from slavery and all that. How's that not a culture? The language, the broken English, all that is culture. The food, it's a culture. The music, culture, which is the most famous culture in the world. You know, I don't have a problem with Africans speaking about Black Americans, but you got to come correct. And the same thing with Black Americans speaking about Africa. You got to come correct. You got to.
This party is changing on the issue of Israel. I mean, when I was at Fox, you supported Israel, period. Like, no one was really interested in your actual opinion. You just supported Israel. But the party started to turn after 10-7. I found it kind of funny that Ben thinks he has the power to decide who gets excommunicated from the conservative movement, which shows a willful blindness about his position in it. And I resent that he thinks he's in a position to decide who must say what to whom and when. Thank you. So I don't think we are friends anymore. I've been a very good friend to Ben. Nobody knew who the heck Ben Shapiro was when I started putting him on my shows on the Fox News channel. He just recently came on my tour, as did you. And I gave him the most kind introduction I could possibly give him because I know that he's losing subscribers a lot. And the next thing I saw was him attacking me on stage last night as a coward. So that's not friendship. And I think that's fine with me. This party's changing on the issue.
No, I think civil rights are for blacks.
See, this is essentially the problem, and the Republicans
What have we done to the immigrants? We owe black people something. We have a legacy of slavery. Immigrants haven't even been in this country. That's why the Democrats are dropping the blacks and moving on to the Hispanics, because they're a larger group of Hispanics now. But
the reason people are concerned about the words they use, the reason Americans care about civil rights, the reason we are sensitive to racism is for one issue and one issue only, and that is how black Americans were treated in this country. It is because of the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. Those do not compare. Irish, the new groups, they always get a little bad treatment. Do not compare that to how blacks are treated in this country. You don't get to piggyback on the black experience in America. You do not get to do that just because you are a woman, an immigrant, gay, Hispanic. No, the rest of you can go F yourselves.
See that? Ain't that what I...
Public housing was created for white folks. Most people don't know this history, but you need to. Public housing was created for white folks. For the first couple of years, it was very hard in most parts of the country for people of color to even get access to publicly subsidized housing. It was created for poor white folks, to give them an opportunity, a leg up, to come into the so-called middle class. They create the FHA loan program, the VA loan program, later on the GI Bill program. Virtually all the benefits went to white folks because the criteria to qualify for these loans, which were government guaranteed loans without which you could not have gotten a house in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Virtually all the benefits went to whites because the underwriting criteria, the lending criteria, essentially excluded almost all people of color. Public housing was created for white folks. Most people...
The African Day Parade, you don't see the Africans. You got the festival that be going on in Brooklyn. The band festival, the African festivals. Where's the Africans at? When we doing our rallies and our marches, where's the Africans at on your side? Talk to us really about that, man.
See, let me tell you something. We think slavery in America was something. Slavery in Africa is still in force. You talking about deaf, blind, and dumb. Don't confuse you because somebody got on some printed cloth that's printed in Holland or India that you're looking at an African cultural expression. That's not an African cultural expression. That cloth was printed in a European country and then sold to Africans. And they've accepted that as their cloth. You understand what I'm saying? Just that piece. Now, they do speak the language, but they know less about their history than you and I do. So you've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person speaking an African language, coming from the African country, came here to be a parasite, eat on and play down, because these people are so punked out and scared of the white man that they feel because they're scared of the white man, they got to be against us.
Explaining what Foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both. Is explaining what Foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both. And that Foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves. And that Foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves in the same way any other ethnic group. And
Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a cultural manifestation. I'm FBA. That's not my race. That's a genetic infusion and cultural manifestation. I'm Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a
Are they our people, brother, or are we our own people now?
No, we got to understand two things. We have a race, and then we have an ethnic place. Ethnically, we African Americans. Just like a guy from Africa, he can say he's African, but there's no country called African. He's either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malian, or something. That's his ethnic nation. Racially, we are together, but economically, we may well be enemies.
That's as far as I know, Baez was my guy, right?
That's all I'm saying.
You know, let me drop the link.
Because I was really an unbiased fan, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Is we live?
Yeah, we live right now. I had to call.
But yeah, but do understand that though, Brad. He's right. Like unbiased. You know, he's pretty well.
What's that money maker?
He does have a history of being solid though, bro. Like but do understand that though, Brad. He's right. Like unbiased. You know, he's pretty. He does have a history of being solid though, bro. Like
I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm not about to be more upset about you paying your money than you are. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna be like if you want to give somebody money? Okay, what am I gonna say about that?
All right, but
along with it for views. He's going along with it for views and for all these cash apps and stuff that he's getting. That's all he.
All right, JJ. Where the devil did you really get all this money? What? You heard what I said. All right.
Even though he had gained this following. See, I'm just all finding all this out like as of last night, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so this was yesterday. This was yesterday. It was last night. Like,
did you look at all his views? You look at his views for his past streams. He's got a nice little following. But it's no scam.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. For sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
I do want to say, in all honesty, listen to me. Diasporan Africans who are visiting the United States. This is
one
some
lie
of you.
I'm tired of hearing.
Not
I'm
all
tired
of
of
you are
hearing.
not most of you. Some of you, not all of you, not most of you. Some of you, not all of you, or not most of you are coming here and you're mistreating and disrespecting the American Africans who built this country. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. We are all family. When you visit the home of a relative, you show respect. When you visit the home of a relative, you practice humility. When you visit the home of a relative, you practice patience. When you visit the home of a relative, we should be on our best behavior. So continental Africans, when you come to America, show respect and patience to your American African family. I do want to say, in all honesty, listen to me. Diasporan Africans who are visiting the United States, some of you, not all of you, are not most of you. Some of you, not all of you, not most of you. Some of you, not all of you, or not most of you are coming here and you're mistreating and disrespecting the American Africans who built this country. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. We are all family. When you visit the home of a relative, you show respect. When you visit the home of a relative, you practice humility. When you visit the home of a relative, you practice patience. When you visit the home of a relative, we should be on our best behavior. So continental Africans, when you come to America, show respect and patience to your American African family. I do.
I'm tired of hearing them say. I'm tired of hearing them say it's 43 million FBA. That's a damn lie. It ain't no damn 43 million. It's 43 million African Americans. It's about 2,000 FBA.
Okay, so a guy who's supposedly scientific literate that goes with the consensus, censuses, stats, all this stuff, he said it's 43 million African Americans and 1,500 FBAs. using his words as a scientific literate man, allegedly. You made that up. Source up or continue being retarded.
I can say any number I want because they ain't got no census on it. They ain't got no documentation on it. It's just a bunch of wild fan clubs.
So he can say any number he wants because there's no consensus, there's no data. Dude, that is literally the definition of making something up. His favorite term. Making something up is just to have nothing to back it up. You just have a random idea and you express it publicly before live to make yourself look like you're a scientific illiterate, not literate. You just confess you made it up. My God, you can't make this up. This is too easy, family. This is why they dodge and did 4 T's. You dig? This is too easy.
Up. It's a fan club. It's not a political movement. It's not based in political science. It's not steeped in scientific accuracy. It is not. It's
okay. All right. Well, let's ask Google AI. I think Google AI know a little bit more than your retarded is. Okay. So we got here foundation. If you Google, if anybody watches myself, the accurate channel to watch on things like this, FBA News and Updates, right? As opposed to his channel that nobody comes to check out, and they want to learn what a foundation of Black American is. And they say, well, I don't know, because they're opposing, they're arguing, there's, it's a little messy, it's a little toxic. Let me just go on Google and figure out for myself. This is what they're gonna read. Foundation of Black Americans, FBA, is a term for the ethnic group of Black people in the United States whose ancestry can be traced back to individuals enslaved in the American colonies in the U.S. prior to the abolition of slavery in 1865. This is the Google AI definition. It didn't say you have to be an Aboriginal. It didn't say you have to come on, it didn't say it ends at being an Aboriginal. It didn't say it ends at coming on slave ships. It said that you gotta have ancestry that goes back to the enslaved American colonies, U.S. and the abolition of slavery. That means you had to be in U.S. chattel slavery. You had to experience U.S. chattel slavery, not coming on slave ships, because you came on slave ships and you got sent out, and you didn't suffer U.S. chattel slavery here. You are not FBA. If you were already here and you didn't go through U.S. chattel slavery, you are not FBA. Okay, so the definition, a simple Google search will tell you you have to go through U.S. chattel slavery. That's the definition. What else is it? It's a lineage-based identity. The term emphasizes a specific lineage distinguishing this group from African immigrants and Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean, and elsewhere. Unique history, FBA ideology. So this is the guy who is making up what FBA ideology is, but Google is the tiebreaker. Google says FBA ideology centers the unique historical experience of this group. This is how you read. When you want to read something from a book, paper, literature, online, this is how you read. You don't do this. The term emphasizes a specific lineage distinguishing this group. That's not reading. That's just saying words that's on the internet. You got to comprehend what you read. FBA ideology centers the unique historical experience of this group. And don't be afraid to read fast. That means you're getting it, including chattel slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and the systemic oppression that continues today. When you read like that, you convince your audience that you're comprehending what you're reading. But if you read like this, FBA ideology centers nobody trusts you. Trust me, nobody trusts that type of reading. All right, so now we got it. A quick search on what FBA is. It's a quick understanding. And when we say what we say, and you say what you say, they over here, they're not over there. That's why you don't have numbers, and that's why we have the numbers. We make more sense. Literally, we make more sense. Okay. Anyway, so let's go further. So he's going to say some more bogus stuff, right? He did a video about trying to justify African American is no different than foundational Black American, right? So let me be very specific. African American used in America is used as a racial term. So FBAs can fall in that category, right? As a race. And the race is what? The race is just saying that you have ancestry from Africa, some long ancient time years ago. Okay. It's not saying you're African, it's just saying you have some little pieces in you that extends to that land. That's all. But that also includes people from the continent of Africa, obviously, and it includes the Afro-Caribbeans and maybe people from elsewhere. So all of those people are considered African American. It's a broad term to cover many ethnic groups and many countries, plural countries, more than one. Okay, now, there you go. So you can be in that group, but then you get out of that group by delineating, you dig? So a Jamaican is in that group, but he delineates by saying, although I'm African American by race in America, I'm Jamaican. That's my ethnicity. And so does a Ghanaian say the same thing, Zimbabwean and Black Americans. We're saying, okay, you want to put us in that group, fine. But if you want to speak to us directly, if you want to allocate funds and resources to us directly, then it's going to come by the name of foundational Black Americans, not African American, because we just said African American combines all those people. Okay, so if you want it just for us, without the word game semantics, just say foundational Black Americans. We know it's just us. We ain't got worried about somebody else being tagged along. That's good enough for us, all right? But for some people, they're just too slow to get that, and you'll see. Case in point, watch this.
Howling screaming about, man. Howling screaming about, man. You know them immigrants, man, they could be African Americans. You know them immigrants, man, number one thing to say, damn near, ain't it? Number one thing to say. You know that howling screaming about, man. You know them immigrants, man, they could be African Americans. That's the number one thing to say, damn near, ain't it? You know that immigrants can be African Americans. That's why we need to delineate. I don't know what the hell they mean about that.
Right.
Separate yourself some kind of way, huh?
Yeah.
I find that very interesting.
Why?
I just do.
Why?
Very interesting. So you trying to tell me the colonial power that came in and enslaved?
That's another trick bag family. Never let none of these illiterates, coons, docs, pals, tethers tell you you have a colonizer. That's the way to group us up, lump us up with the rest of the people out there. No, we had slave masters. We didn't have colonizers, okay? It's a big difference. But people who believe they're African American, people who want to extend that term to us, they would group us up with Africa by using terms like colonizer, using terms like African, things like that. And little before you know it, they'll be calling you a booty scratcher too. That's another term to tie you in to Africa.
12 million Africans from the continent don't know who the hell they enslaved. Who the hell you trying to convince with that?
Shit, I hate when he fucking does that. Okay, so
howling screaming about,
so
man.
He thinks that he's dropping a bomb or mic right there. This is an idiot. They knew who they enslaved, stupid. But once they start to allow other people in the country that were not enslaved the way we were enslaved, but look like us and are part of the African American race in significant numbers, that's when you got to delineate. You don't understand that? So if it was just us over here, family, there wouldn't be no racial term. It'd just be the term. Like Nigeria, right? They got a bunch of Nigerians. There's no need to really differentiate them from somebody else. Everybody there is Nigerian, damn near. Jamaica, any other third world country, they are the majority. So there's no need for delineating terms there. Over here, they influx so many African immigrants, African immigrants, Afro immigrants, that is the numbers are getting skewed now. So yeah, it's time to delineate. Say, hey, I'm not that. Too many coming over in significant numbers, where we're forced to delineate and say, okay, if we're African American, if we're only African American under the umbrella of some type of African descendant, right? Ancestry. But I'm different than that person. I went through U.S. chattel slavery over here. That person didn't. But you know, when you got some issues with comprehending literature like this right here, you're gonna confuse that every time. Ooh-wee.
The U.S. Census categorizes, now watch this, Black or African American. This is the statement right here that confuses everybody.
No, this confuses you. Okay, again, the people that can't comprehend, got some literacy issues, they want to blame their condition on everybody. No, you're confused, bro. We clearly articulate this. Watch this guy. Said this confusing everybody.
Wait, though. Say it again. The U.S. Census categorized Black or African American solely as a racial category.
Ain't that what we've been saying? I just said that. So who's confused? The U.S. consensus. That's right. That's why I got the notes right here. I want to write down what he's saying to prove he's not comprehending what he's saying. Watch this. So we got that locked in, right? One more time.
Category rises. Now watch this. Black or African American. This is the statement right here that confuses everybody. We don't get it straight though. Say it again. The U.S. Census categorized Black or African American solely as a racial category to facilitate statistical data.
This is what I'm trying to tell dumb revenue. Like, yo, they don't name you. They do it to collect stats.
Elections and civil rights monitoring, devoid of any ethnic, biological, or cultural connotation.
So this subtracts any notion that this is where's my glass? That this is ethnic or biological, right? So watch this. Hold on. Let's note this down. Where are we at? It's so tiny. Okay, cool. Very tiny. I grab this one. Okay. So keep in mind, he's reading this. Now he's supposed to be scientific literate. That means he's literate. He understands what he's reading. Okay, so we got it. We got it. One more time. Let's go back. Black. Okay, there we go. Let me make that more clear. Black or African. Let me not add to it. Okay. So he should understand that this term is broad, it's not specific, right? Okay.
Do y'all get that?
Yeah. Do you get that? That's the thing. Okay, now watch this. Watch this. The question is, do you get that?
It is most important to note that Black or African American designation is not an ethnic identity. It does not encompass the complex cultural, historical, or biological nuance of the individuals identified under this category.
Okay, so he just confirmed, he doubled down that Black or African American is not an ethnic identity. This is broad. It encompasses many people from many different backgrounds from other countries. All right, cool. All right. So now he made it clear that when you say you're Black African American, according to U.S. Census, you're not specifically talking to a Black American that has U.S. chattel slavery lineage, right? Experiences. You're talking to anybody from the Afro-Caribbean, some Latin countries, I'm guessing, and the continent of Africa. We got that? Do you got that? Look what he says now. This is great. Hold on. All right, so we got that part. All right, here we go.
Second generation African immigrant distinction.
Okay, that's why some of the stuff you just got to write it down so you can see it. Like with revenue, I had to write down something for him to understand. He just cannot understand what I'm saying. Like, dude, how are we equal? How are we even? If I'm saying things, you just can't understand it. I got to write it down so you can see it.
Second generation African immigrant distinction. Children of African immigrants maintain distinct identity. I'm going to say this again. Children of African immigrants maintain distinct identities. Children of Nigerian, Ghanaian, Zimbabwean, or other African immigrants retain their distinct ethnic identities and do not transition to being recognized as African Americans. Second generation.
Okay, now he thought he just dropped the bar with that again. He think that was bars. He think he dropped some science there, some scientific literacy, right? Okay, so here's the problem. Here's the problem, my guy. That sounds good, right? But in real life, many of those same second gen people, they do identify as African American. So what he's saying is that sometimes they have their little enclaves and they maintain their second gen, their African or Caribbean, tradition and culture. But when it comes to getting funds, resources, right? How do they identify? Are these second gens identifying as Jamaican still, or are they selecting Black or African American? Hold on. So yes, of course, they do identify as African American, Black, Afro-American, etc. Especially depending on the region, the school, the politics. They're playing chess. Okay, and whether they prioritize nationality identity versus U.S. racial identity. So are they adopting U.S. racial identity, like the jargon, Black, African, American, that sweeps up everybody that's African descent? Or do they want to stand 10 toes down? I'm Nigerian warrior, right? The U.S. Here's the problem with this guy. This is called cherry picking, confirmation bias research, and just bad research, bad comprehension. The fact is that the U.S. does not enforce one recognition rule socially. So they have choices. They can sit there and type in, you know what? Nah, I want to write down Nigerian, Yoruba, wherever their homeland is. Or they have the option to select African American, Black. There's no rule where they have to select their homeland, their cultural identity. That's what this guy messes up at. That's why he reads on the fly, can't comprehend it, and to get out of this, he get out there in the public and try to act like he's making sense until somebody's opposing him and question and drop that bomb. Okay, well, do they have to only select their homeland as a second gen? Or is it optional for them? Can they select that? Or can they also select Black American, African American to get what comes to that group, that categorized group? That's the problem. So identity isn't policed that neatly. Plenty of second gens, as we know, they check Black, African American, and many institutions treat them as the same race category. So once they check that family, nobody's, you know what? Look at your accent. You're African. You can't get none of this. You're not Black. They don't do that. Okay. So that is exactly why ethnic delineation becomes politically relevant. Let me give you a case in point, because I know you. I know you, my guy. Okay, I know you. So here's your people, right? Watch this. This professor is going to ask these immigrants, how do they identify? Now, according to Unc, now you see they're kids. Okay, they're second gen, Unc. They're second gen. So based off what Unc said, they're gonna tell you they are Nigerian, Yoruba, a tether, Kenyan, all type of stuff, right? Watch this.
But you would say, you say African American.
Yeah.
What's that mean for you?
Just means that, like me, like I know like a lot of people, like African Americans in general, like Black people say they're African American.
Okay, look how confused she is. She just says she's African American, but then she distinguishes us from her, but she calls us African American. Y'all see the problem already? I know African American, but then she qualifies us being African American with Black. So I know I'm African American, but those other African Americans who are Black, so she's even making the distinction. Like she's saying, like, hey, this is confusing. I'm African American, but I'm different than my African Americanness is different from a foundational Black American. Watch this one more time. Let's go back.
You say African American.
Yeah.
What's that mean for you?
Just means that, like me, like I know like a lot of people, like African Americans in general, like Black people say they're African American. And like that always confuses me sometimes. It's like, well, are you really African American, or are you just like Black? Like, of course, there's this like long line of ancestry where.
Oh, sounds confused to me. I'm calling myself African American, but am I really African American, or I'm just Black? But wait a minute, I shouldn't be thinking about either, because according to Unc, I go by my homeland. So why is African American and Black even an option for her to identify herself? Unc? You know what I mean? Like, you can't make this stuff up.
People who are born in America and are Black are, I guess, because of slavery.
People who are born in America who are Black. Now we're Black, but she called us African American. She called herself African American, but she know we're different. So she like, well, I'm African American, but they're Black. But aren't they also African American? But aren't I also Black? Like, I don't know what's going on. They're confused. This is the point of delineation, is to clear the confusion. And some of us listen to this bullshit get confused too.
That long line of ancestry are considered African American, but I feel like for me it should be more like a direct or more recent link. Yeah. So therefore, Black people in America aren't technically really African American. Yeah. Like, it's really weird.
It's really weird. She can't make sense of it. But according to Unc, this shouldn't even be a conversation, right, Unc? Because aren't they not allowed, according to Unc, to identify as African American or Black? Don't they just second gens? Don't they also claim their homeland? That don't sound like that to me.
Like it's really weird. You identify as African American?
No. Well, I'd lie. I'm lying. Okay, systematically.
Well, tethers do lie.
I'd lie. I'm lying. Okay, systematically, yes, because that was the only box I had.
That was the only box I had. That is a real drop mic. According to Unc, they don't click that box. These second gens go ahead and click or fill in their homeland. She said that's the only box there. There's no option to click her homeland. So you got second gens who are clicking Black American, African American boxes. These guys, this is too easy.
Like Black?
Systematically, yes, because that was the only box I had, or like Black.
But like, as I got older, I was like, but I'm not African American. So
you identify.
Oh, so it's like it's being forced on her, huh? Those boxes she's saying it's forced on her. People like Unc are forcing these Africans from their homeland to click African American, Black, and like she said, as I got older, she like, I'm not that. Why was this forced on me? These damn Pan-African booty scratchers.
Is African American?
No. Well, I'd lie. I'm lying. Okay, I'd lie. I'm lying. Okay.
Okay, she's lying, Unc's lying, everybody, all these guys are lying. All right. So now Unc said there's 43 million African Americans and there's 1,500 FBAs. And like he said, he made that number up. That's some pseudo stuff. But let's go into some real numbers. Okay. Right here. It says general preference in Poland. When surveyed by organizations like Gallup on their generational preference in conversation, a majority of Black Americans, 64% in a 2019 poll, reported no strong preference between the terms Black and African American, considering both acceptable among those who did have a preference. Look at this. 18% favor African American, 17% prefer Black. Oh, it looks like it's split down the middle. When forced to choose one term, but listen, when it's forced to choose one term, Black was slightly preferred over African American, 52% versus 44%. Family, that's a real mic drop. We prefer to be called Black over anything associated with African. Okay. It says, in essence, while people use Black and African American interchangeably in everyday language, African American is the dominant self-identified specific origin on formal U.S. government forms. Boom. This is being forced on people over Black. So now, the only confusion is because it's being forced on people. But I bet you, if they had an option like this, if they had an option where Black and African American were not seeing the same thing, and it was separate choices, I bet you, like this says, most foundation Black Americans will click Black. We will not even look at African American, but because it's linked and tied and connected with Black, it's being forced on us to believe these are interchangeable terms. But you see 52%, 44%, that don't sound like 43 African Americans. Easy work, man. Easy work.
The census, how to mix them up, like the FBA playoff. Census identifies African immigrants. The U.S. Census Bureau employs specific metrics to accurately identify and characterize African immigrants, preserving their unique identities. Y'all didn't know that, man. See, they trying to preserve their unique identities. They ain't trying.
We didn't get that when they actually spoke. They said they were African American. That's not their African American is not their youth identity, is it? Okay, we didn't hear the youth, the second gen, say that. We heard them say they embrace African American as their identity. What is this guy talking about?
How to mix them up, like the FBA play. Oh, they don't know the difference, but we need to. No, we don't need a bunch of YouTubers doing nothing for us.
So this guy made how long was the video? 2-hour nothing burger video. I debunked it and I put this together in 15 minutes, man. All right, watch this. More goofy points. And remember this note I took. It's gonna come back to bite them. You know, they say liars die at their source. Or liars lose at their source.
The super duper tree topper.
Okay, now watch how he contradict himself.
You can call ourselves the super duper tree toppers. Call it any name you want. That's another scam. It don't matter what the name is. It's how the name is defined.
it doesn't matter what the name is, but he's on our neck rejecting foundational Black American. He also rejects ADOS, American descendant of slavery. But he just said you could call yourself super duper Ninja Turtle, but he rejects the terms American descendant slaves, foundation Black Americans, a descendant of freedmen, and so on. So he just, I mean, so why are you fighting against the term then? If it truly didn't matter, you wouldn't care. Like for us, we don't care what people call themselves when they're in the lineage. We say amongst ourselves, foundational Black American is a better fitting term, and we will argue that. But if another FBA is sold on African American, we ain't trying to convince that nut. If they convinced with colored or Negro or something else, we ain't trying to convince them. Like we know what it is. That's these guys rejecting terms. Oh, you could call yourself super duper duper. Well, unless you call yourself FBA or ADOS, those two you can't call yourself.
Find yourself the super duper tree toppers. Call it any name you want. That's another scam. It don't matter what the name is. It's how the name is defined which matters. How do you define that name? Does that name?
And we just read how FBA is defined. You're out of here. Yeah, these guys make videos for no reason, just to be exploited over and over online.
Have that ethnogenesis between enslaved Africans, Europeans.
Okay, so we just read the definition of FBA. Quick Google AI search, and it told you. So FBA is fitting, and I could do the same thing with ADOS. Let's see. Let's see. So I showed you the polling where Black is more preferred than African American. Okay, so now let me go here. American descendants of slavery, ADOS, refers to both a specific group of Black Americans with ancestral roots in U.S. chattel slavery and the political movement advocating for reparations and distinct policies for them, separating them from recent Black immigrants. He just lied and said that FBA ADOS ain't also a political group. Bro, we're everything. Social group, political group, economic group. We're definitely trying to be everything. You dig? That's part of the point of delineating. We're trying to be all these things in one. But you can see that's in the definition. But it's defined. Again, I gave you another definition. So he just said it don't matter what you call yourself as long as it's defined. It has a good definition. This is a great definition. So both of them have great definitions, and he reject both of them. The dude is just, you talk about scamming, lying. That's this guy. No credibility. No integrity, I should say. No credibility. Hold on. We're not done. Oh, bro. There you go. All right. So, but wait, there's more. There's more foolishness. Okay, yes, U.S. federal agencies group Black Americans, African Americans, and Africans. This is going back. This is responding to the notes I took that he read. U.S. Census categorizes Black African American race devoid of ethnicity. So we got, yes, U.S. federal agencies group Black Americans, African Americans, and Afro-Caribbean people into the single minimum required category of Black or, and this is mic drop. But he just said this doesn't happen. He said that these guys had a unique identities, and we see from their own mouths, they check these boxes. And the U.S. federal agency that he quoted earlier, he read earlier, their group was all together under Black or African American for the purposes of federal data collection and statistical reporting. Okay, this is a racialized term that we have to delineate from. They already have, because outside of being called Black or African American, that same person will say they're Jamaican, Kenyan, Zimbabwean, South African, North Centralese, whatever, Haitian. What is our delineating term? We can't say black because black is here. Black is used as the racial category. We can't say African American, because African American is the racial category. So how do we separate ourselves from the racial category? The racial category involves everybody. So when we want to just speak about ourselves, what do people call us? When people want to just talk about Black Americans that experienced U.S. chattel slavery, how do they identify us? If they want to speak about Haitians and Haiti and the earthquake and their revolution, things like that, their rebellion, they're going to say Haitian. If they want to talk about Ghana and what's going on over there, they're going to say Black American, African American, Ghanaian. What is our delineating term for people? When people talk about us, it is clear they're speaking about us. You can't say African American because everybody's grouped there. You see, this is a stupid video. Our terms are ADOS, FBA, descendants of freedmen. When those terms are said to identify us and explain and define, people, it's very clear at that point who's being spoken about. And I'm gonna source that up later. Here's some more foolishness.
The variant degrees, high levels of continental African DNA, 20 to 30% European DNA, and about 4 to 1% Native American DNA. Anything other than that, they're lying. They're making it up. They done the variant degrees.
Okay, family, that is called scientifically sloppy, not scientific literacy. What he just said is called scientifically sloppy. Why? Why is it called that? Because admixture varies a lot by region, smart guy, science guy, family line, and history. You can't set one true African American percentage. That's pseudoscience, literally. Okay, that's genetics essentialism. Okay, so ethnicity isn't a single DNA percentage scientific literate guide. It's a shared history plus community plus genealogy plus social boundary over time. I was trying to explain that to the ancestors too. I was trying to explain that to people, but nobody wants to listen. Everybody wants to debate. So, dude, I'm gonna be nice, dude. You're incorrect again. All right, there's no like that's scientific racism. Where he just proposed, okay, this percentage right here. That sounds like the one drop rule. This percentage right here, you're FBA. Anything less than this, you're not FBA. That's scientific goofy tether babble pseudoscience. But wait, there's more. Dude, just cook this up with his own readings.
Talking crazy back and forth, yo. We've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come in talking about the African, they're like, "What? I ain't no damn."
Oh no! It ain't 43 million. We just read a stat. Black Americans rather choose black over African American. So yeah, you gotta drop that number less than half, my guy.
Damn African. Listen, talking crazy back and forth, yo. Talking crazy back and forth, yo. We've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come in talking about the African, they're like, "What?"
Okay, now listen to what he's gonna say. This is supposed to be a guy who sets a standard on conversations. His standard is scientific literacy. Listen to what he's gonna say right now. Nothing about this is scientific. Nothing.
Talking crazy back and forth, yo. We've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come in talking about the African, they're like, "What? I ain't no damn African." Matter of fact, you had to be in the conscious community to try to tell them that you was African. Talking crazy back and forth, yo.
Okay, so what he just expressed was confusion. He just expressed confusion. He just said you call somebody African. They're like, "What?" Look, one more time. Listen what he just did. Now you call somebody black, they're not gonna respond like that if they're actually from the lineage. Family, listen to what he just said. He's debunking himself. Listen, he just said, he just basically admitted, provided evidence that when you call people African, that's of the lineage, it causes confusion, resentment, and rejection. Listen one more time.
We've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come to them talking about they African, they're like, "What? I ain't no damn African."
They just confirmed it. He calls them African Americans, and he said 43 billion. If that is if that's our true ethnic label, right? Then should we embrace it? That's like calling a Yoruba person Nigerian. They're like, what? Getting all offended. He just expressed people being offended, people that he calls African American being offended by being called African. That is a contradiction. Okay. One more time so I can hear this craziness. This is why we got delineated. You just proved the point on it's a confusing term. It's a confusing term, bro. Everybody's confused. I just showed the tethers earlier. Confused. You're confused. We're all confused. That's what we got to delineate. White folks confused. Hispanics confused. Everybody's confused.
Talking crazy back and forth, yo. We've been doing that, yo. Matter of fact, the average African American, which is about 43 million of us, right? When you come to them talking about they African, they're like, "What? I ain't no damn African." Matter of fact, you had to be in the conscious community to try to tell them that you was African. Talking crazy.
Now, family, what person? Now, this will be asked this guy. We'll start laughing at him, right? Then we say, "All right, look, that same person who you call African American, if we said they were black, would they have that same offended behavior? Would they have that same response of disgust?" And he would have to lie to say yes. So that was proof in the pudding from his own argument that black is a more accepted term amongst the people who we call African Americans over any other term. I mean, this is bad. That's bad, bro. You just cooked yourself. You just said the word African my God, one more time. He just said the group was called African Americans. The group that's called African Americans, if you call them African, they're going to say, "What? Who you talking to? I ain't African. I ain't no African booty scratcher." He just said that. But if you call them black, how would they respond? They'd be like, "Yo, what's up? What's up, my G? What's good, my guy? My boy, what's good?" That's how they're going to respond. This is bad. All right. So I was gonna do this to you. Watch this. I'm gonna prove now that, matter of fact, let's go back to our elder. Yo, we just took the elder for our own now. He's our elder. He's no longer a Pan-African elder. We're taking Elder Baba, Professor Moss for our own. You know why? Because he say our talking points better than us. Listen to this.
The African Day Parade, you don't see the Africans. You got the
Now let's see if he's confused, like African being a race or ethnicity. Watch this.
Festival that be going on in Brooklyn, the band festival, the African festival. Where's the Africans at? When we doing our rallies and our marches, where's the Africans at on your side? Talk to us really about that, man.
See, let me tell you something. We think slavery in America was something. Slavery in Africa is still in force. You talking about deaf, blind, and dumb. Don't confuse you because somebody got on some.
Deaf, dumb, and blunt. Deaf, blind, and dumb is what he called them, the Africans. Kind of sound like some FBA. Watch this.
Printed cloth that's printed in Harlem. Expression. It was printed in a European. Accepted that as their cloth. You understand what I'm saying? Just that piece. Now, they do speak the language, but they know less about their history than you and I do.
So he just said Africans know less about their history than FBAs. That's our talking point. But when we say it, we're xenophobic, we're divisive, we're haters, we're a cult. But when Baba Elder Professor James Small says it, it's all good. All right, well, forget it. Let's just, for now, our family, when we say these things, let's just say Baba Elder James Small said A, B, and C. And we'll have them argue with their elder, which is now our elder, because he argued our point so great.
So you've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person
A deaf, dumb, blind, backwards person. What else?
speaking an African language, coming from the African country, came here to be a parasite.
Came here to parasite is our way of saying tether. But he basically said you got these deaf, dumb, blind, backward tethers coming over here to cosplay. That's exactly what he said. But if I say it, if Tariq Nasheed says it, if Yvette Cardinal says it, if the chat says it, you're xenophobic, you're a hater, you're a cult. But when Baba, Elder James, Professor James Small said, it's facts. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to repeat him from now on. When I talk to these tethers and these Pan-Africans, I'm going to say, yo, man, those backwards, deaf, dumb, blind parasites, bro, like they causing too many problems. We out here parasiting on our stuff, bro. I don't want to hear no rebuttal. We're not done.
Eat on and play down, because these people are so punked out and scared of the white man that they feel because they're scared of the white man, they got to be against us.
Explaining what Foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both. Is explaining what Foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both. And that
let me say, make sure. No, okay. So now your elder Baba, our elder Baba. Now we took him because he argued our points better than yours. So our elder Baba, Professor J. Smalls, says he's FBA, and I define FBA. Now, some of you weirdos would say if we claim FBA, then we have a leader. Then I guess your elder got a leader. Interesting.
Foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves. And that Foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves in the same way any other ethnic group. And
Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a cultural manifestation. I'm FBA. That's not my race. That's a genetic infusion and cultural manifestation.
You heard that? He's an FBA, but that's not his race. See, you're just confused. Even our elder knows the difference between a race and an ethnicity.
Station. I'm Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a culture.
Are they our people, brother, or are we our own people now?
Okay, great question, Sonetta. Are they our people or are we our own people? He said, no, they're not our people in the sense of ethnicity. Watch him break it down. He said this thing like 1,000 years before NADOS, I believe in FBA. And look how he articulated, just like how we would. Watch this.
No, we got to understand two things. We have a race and then we have an ethnic place. Ethnically, we African.
Okay, so that's what couldn't understand. The ethnicity is different from the race. The race, as I pointed out earlier, is the umbrella to combine everybody in America who's of African descent. That's all 54 countries in Africa. That's all 1,000 islands and 1,000 island dressing in the Caribbean. And that is 50 states over in America. We're all categorized as a race. And the race is Black African American. And we're not the same. Just like Japanese and East Indians are categorized under one race too as Asian. And a Japanese person is not an East Indian. So just because you're the same race doesn't mean you're the same people. But my elder, my professor, Baba, James Smalls, he knows that too. And he's going to educate you.
An ethnic place. We have a, no, we got to.
Are we?
That's a
Are they our people, brother, or are we our own people now?
No, we got to understand two things. We have a race and then we have an ethnic place. Ethnically, we African Americans. Just like a guy from Africa, he can say he's African, but there's no country called African. He's either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malian, or something. That's his ethnic nation. Racially, we are together, but economically, we may well be enemies.
That sounded just like my talking points. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna look for this other clip to show you that that was common sense to our elites, our most educated, that we were being grouped up with African immigrants, Afro-Caribbean immigrants as a race category, Black African American. But we also distinguished ourselves too. How they would say they're Jamaican to delineate, and Haitian and Kenyan. Well, when push came to shove, we delineated ourselves too. We just never we would describe it, but we didn't put it together. So I'm gonna give y'all a case in point. This is like going back in 2000. This is way before NADOS and FBA. This is like 2000. This is when Obama's running for president. So that gives you a time frame right there. All right, hold on. You know that he was out of office way before NADOS and FBA, right? Okay, so give me a second to pull this up and enjoy this thumbnail right here while I go do that. What's this? Okay, I already read that. Okay, he's wrong again. He didn't understand that. All right, so hold right here. Hold right here. The Power Rangers. The yeah, this look like what was that? What was that old black movie where they're looking all crazy? It was like kind of funny. Who knows that Hollywood Shuffle, something like that? That's how they look right here. Oh, right here, the Power Rangers. The yeah, this look like what was that? What was that? And do me a favor, let's get the likes up. So this is how you source up. This is how you educate and share information the correct way, not making a big goof for yourself on the internet. Leaving holes for people like me to keep debunking everybody. Hold on. Let me find this little clip for you.
Americans. Those type of things are really problematic, more detrimental than individuals running their mouth about issues. So Unbiased told me not to talk about reparations.
Most trivial parts of their movement and magnified that shit. He turned the ethnophobia and the ethnocentrism, he turned that shit up times 100. He started talking about hairlines, people eating bush meat, right? People being funky, not wearing. All of that shit is stupid shit. That's childish. You can't tell me that you are serious about black, because they're basically like, look, dude, we don't take you serious. You're
Jamaican talk. That's afterwards. Okay, that's afterwards. They called us color. Google him and see exactly what he is.
And indigenous black people who were here prior to Columbus.
Did I not say both, sir?
Okay, I got it. Hey, I just want to get it on the record. You agree with that, Chef? I mean, Unbiased?
Listen, I'm here to Bill. You ain't about to delineate between me and my sister.
So
it's an excuse. You rob an old lady today and say, "Hey, Jim Crow." That's an excuse, but Jim Crow during Jim Crow.
Roads lead back to white supremacy. But listen, I like what Reggie said about these ghost wars, because ultimately all roads lead back to white supremacy.
This is a great example of a Pan-African tether position. Ignore all of the disrespect coming from the diaspora in Africa and just solely focus on white supremacy. We can't chew gum and talk. We can't chew gum and walk. We can't drink soda and, watch a movie. We got to just do one thing at a time. No, we can look at all of you. All right, all of you. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at you guys more because we had white people who you would call a racist who are speaking on behalf or some of my major talking points and big platforms, saying that civil rights and all this stuff was exclusively for Foundation Black Americans. You dig? And you guys will not admit to that. So Donald Trump admitted that Black Americans are foundational to the country. We built the foundation. You guys will never admit to that. So I'm looking more at you as an enemy than white people. White people got a history in this country of fighting alongside of us to get shit done, starting from the Civil War, civil rights, and some other shit. So like they got a history of, not a lot of them, but some of them got a history of joining our political battles and helping us, right, one way or another. You guys got zero history. You could mention one person, two people, Shirley Chisholm, this guy, Stokely Carmichael, 4 or 5 people. But if we wanted to be funny, we could start going tit for tat, naming white people who are involved in our struggles, helping out. Look at Timothy Wise, right? I got Timothy Wise. You say Stokely Carmichael, Timothy Wise. Who was here longer on our behalf? Stokely Carmichael bounced pretty quickly. Timothy Wise never left. He's been here his whole basically career defending Foundation Black Americans. So I would say he was way more instrumental in our fight than Stokely Carmichael. But we go tit for tat. Donald Trump, we can throw him in there, fighting on behalf of all of our talking points, birthright citizenship, anchor babies, and what else? Immigration. So we can say, hey, man, shit, he leaned more to our talking points than the average tether.
Right?
Racism is white supremacy. Like I've taught for years, racism is white supremacy, period.
But that's what I'm saying, IBM. All roads lead back. And like Neely Fuller always says, if you don't truly understand white supremacy, you won't understand anything. Everything will confound you. So for me, these diaspora wars, or what you want to call them, like I'm a Jamaican tether, proudly, right?
What's a tether?
Listen, I don't fucking know what that shit is. And I don't care.
Yeah, a tether never knows what the word tether means. I'm talking about a self-admitting tether always pretend they don't know what it means. I mean, what is this? This is like their Bible. All right, hold on. I got you. But family, do me a favor in my
donated.
Hey, family, do me a favor in my best Umar Johnson voice.
Let's see who donated. Let's see who hit the Cash App and the PayPal today. International, let's see who donated. Let's see who hit the Cash App and the PayPal today. Brothers and sisters, hit the Cash App, $, FDMG School.
$ unbiased Ron. Super chat if you can, you dig? Let's be lit. We know the pocket watchers are watching. They're like, yo, as long as no super chat go across that screen, as long as no Cash App is sent, they feel like they are completing a mission. All right, which is to stop ADOS, stop FBA. But check this out. I told you guys this. I said that we've always delineated away from the term African American, but we just ain't have an actual name for it. But when push came to shove, we use the same terminology we use today. Listen to this. Again, this is surrounding Obama's presidency. So you see how old this is. This is before ADOS. This is before FBA. This is called real research, okay? Not what these clowns are doing on the internet. Listen to this, family.
Announced his candidacy this weekend at the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois.
Wait. Do you see the date right there across the screen? Does that say 2000? Isn't that 10 years before ADOS and FBA? Now, watch this sister say the same thing I'm saying today. Same thing our elder, our Baba, Professor Small said about these immigrants. They're not black. They're not us. Listen.
Where Abraham Lincoln made his stirring House Divided speech. How historic. At a building made famous by the man who freed the slaves, Obama isn't the descendant of slaves.
What he say? What this white man say in 2007? Obama isn't a descendant of slaves. Hey, Unc, man, I know you're watching. I know your crew is watching because you guys are horrible researchers. You watch this channel to get tips how to do it correctly. A white man said ADOS. Obama, who y'all would call black, who y'all would call African American, a white man in 2007 knew he was not a descendant of slaves. This white man just delineated. He went away from the racial category, black African American, and he went with our ethnic label, our ethnic identity. He's not an American descendant of slaves. ADOS, and FBA is a evolutionized way to say ADOS, basically, like a more tight way that some of us believe, foundational Black American. So basically, when you say ADOS and FBA is almost interchangeable. One just highlight slavery, and the other one highlights the works of slavery, foundational building. All right, but a white man had to tell you guys Obama isn't black like us. He isn't a black ADOS. Is that better? Would that help y'all if I say y'all ain't black ADOS? Because when I say y'all ain't black, y'all won't believe me. Okay, so I'm just gonna say y'all ain't black ADOS. Is that better? We're gonna just say black ADOS. You ain't black ADOS. And that's the only problem I got with ADOS. The word black isn't there. So I'm just say, hey man, you guys ain't, I'm black. All right, whatever, but you ain't black ADOS.
Obama will announce his candidacy this weekend at the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, where Abraham Lincoln made his stirring House Divided speech. How historic. At a building made famous by the man who freed the slaves, Obama isn't the descendant of slaves. His father emigrated from Kenya in 1959, and
his father immigrated from Kenya. So you have a white man exposing the immigrants aren't us. That's wild.
his mom is the Swiss Miss Girl. Some are even claiming that the senator has not lived the, quote, black experience. And
so unbiased Ron wasn't wrong when I said black isn't an adjective. The ancestors, hope you're listening. Black is not a color. It's not a adjective descriptor. It's a capital B. Okay. It's an experience starting from U.S. chattel slavery all the way through to 2025. As much as your adult life is possible. Okay. Drake ain't ADOS.
may affect his support in the African American community.
Okay, so he just said the fact that Obama is not ADOS does not have the black experience that may affect his poll results in the black community, in the ADOS community, because he ain't one of us. One more time.
Obama will announce his candidacy this weekend at the old state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, where Abraham Lincoln made his stirring House Divided speech. How historic. At a building made famous by the man who freed the slaves, Obama isn't the descendant of slaves. His father emigrated from Kenya in 1959, and his mom is the Swiss Miss Girl. Some are even claiming that the senator has not lived the, quote, black experience, and it may affect his support in the African American community. Obama will announce his candidacy.
Haven't lived the black experience. Dang, this is too easy for me. Watch this. I ain't done. The same brother now, not brother, but the same other. Now he's going to speak to a strong sister named Deborah Dickerson. Okay, listen to what she says about Obama. She's going to double down. This is a foundation black woman. This is a foundation black American woman who's saying the same thing that we're saying before Professor Smalls, before Tariq Nasheed, Yvette Carnell, before all of us as representing ADOS, FBA, the descendants of slaves. There was already black Americans delineating from us and immigrants from Africa and the Caribbean. Y'all not on my level at all. I already had this in the cut. You dig?
Is Barack Obama black?
No, he's not. In the American political context.
Oh, so I'm not crazy. Family, y'all thought I was crazy when I said they're not black? Y'all thought I was crazy when I said we're the only black people in the world? Everybody else is just where they from, like Professor Small said. It's just Nigerian, Somalian, Sudanese, Congolese, South African. So in 2007, a beautiful black woman, foundational black woman, black ADOS woman, said Obama ain't black. Yo, y'all not ready, man. You're not ready. Like Umar said, hit the Cash App, Super Chat, let's get it.
Is Barack Obama black?
No, he's not. In the American political context, black means the son of West African, the descendant of West African slaves brought here to labor in the United States.
Descendant of slaves, Das. Das, look, the white man said it in a different show. She's saying Das. Everybody's saying Das. They're just not putting it together as an actual ethnonym, as an actual name for the ethnicity. It's right there. It's right there, right? He said it. She said it. It was being said all throughout America, but we just ain't put it together because we're stuck on black and African American as a race, and we're believing we're believing that is the ethnicity, right? The name of the ethnicity. We're not knowing it's just a race that includes everybody as African descent. So it took Yvette Carnell to say the same thing they're saying. She had the aha moment. That's it. Descendants of slavery. But there's been descendants of slavery in other countries. All right, well, American. And American is only talking about US. American is a demonym. I had to teach you about that.
It's not a put down. It's not to say that he hasn't suffered. It's not to say that he doesn't have a glorious lineage of his own. It's just to say that he and I, who am descended from West African slaves brought to America, we are not the same.
Wait a minute. That's what when Sonetta asked Elder Baba James Professor Smalls, are we the same as Africans? He said no. He said African is the race, but we have an ethnicity that's different from theirs. He said it, she said it, Tariq Nasheed said it, I said it, you guys said it. What's up? Oh, but I thought these were Tariq Nasheed talking points. Well, when Elder Baba said it, that was before Tariq Nasheed was claiming FBA. That was before an ADOS. And all of this is before ADOS, by the way. But wait, there's more. So family, this is an article. If you can read the date goes back. Let me see if I can see it. The date of the article. So we can get the date. All right. Let's see. Let me try to get the date. Okay. All right. Fine. You're just waiting. Okay. So the date of the article is right there. I believe it says 2008. The date of the article is 2008. All right. Watch this. This is more important. That means I'm only showing a date. It says, "Is Obama the new black family?" This is either the New York Times or the LA Times. Let me see. Or this is the LA Times, family. This is white media. They're calling Obama the new black, not the old FBA U.S. chattel slavery black. They're calling immigrants that call themselves black or African American the new black, the new African American, not the old U.S. chattel slavery black African American, the new black. Okay, it's a real article, 2008, LA Times. You see it, LA Times. Y'all not ready. Keep trying to tell y'all, man, y'all not ready. Y'all do confirmation bias. I do unbiased research. The new black. Why he just regular black? Why is he the new black? Because this ain't known. This wasn't really known. Remember, black African American, that racial category started in the 1990s. This is 2010. This is 20 years later. So it's not really, it's new. It's pretty new. And at that time, it wasn't a lot of these guys here like that. And when they were here, they were listen, when they were here, they were they were the first gen. Okay, they were the immigrant class. You feel me? They were not born here. They anchored over here. You know, they came over here as immigrants. So they were not called black yet. They were still in the immigrant class. So 20 years later, 2011, 20 years after 1990, now they have kids who are claiming black. No longer immigrant. Does that make sense? So now they're claiming black. Now this is a new thing. It's a new phenomenon. So now they're called the new black. This ain't normal. They went from immigrants, African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, got some kids here, and now they're all of a sudden the new black. Yeah. So yeah, this is easy for me, man. Like I said, I got clips for days, man. Yeah, man. I'm trying to bait one of these guys out, but you know, they're dumb, but they're kind of smart not to click that link. But let me see. We might have somebody. Wait, did the link pinned?
Right. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you a definition. It's some.
What about this guy? Is he gonna call in? This guy right here. They got all the mouth. Is he gonna call in? Because really, at this time, family, when he was on the panel, I was just fairly new to our talking points. I always knew I was Black American, of course, but I was new to the whole talking points and how to defend them. So I'm winging it. You dig? I did pretty good, but I'm winging it. I like it. But the person who I am now, I'm a different animal.
Thing that a snake oil selling, rabble rousing charlatan has recently conjured up as his new as his new niche industry, right? It's something that he
So all they do is talk about Tariq. All they do, like they think two talking points are the weak points in the FBA, and if they just focus on that, somehow the delineation just goes away, right? And the need for self-identification goes away. If they just focus on Tariq Nasheed personal life, and they just focus on Abbo's claim that they're Indians, they were here before, or you know, they call them Indians, but they were the black people. Hold on.
He co-opted from real activists, and I can't believe I'm agreeing with fucking Chief X of all goddamn people.
Lord.
Can you imagine that? Listen, you know the world is upside down. You know the world is upside down when you're agreeing with Chief X. Chief X said, Tariq Nasheed usurped and co-opted Yvette and Tone's movement, right? For what it's worth, Tone is a licensed professional. Yvette worked on Capitol Hill. When they established ADOS, right, they were clear about their objectives. They said, this is an advocacy organization, and what we're working towards mainly is reparations, and not just reparations that are restorative and that basically sets the Black American population back on an even footing, right? Because they've been basically had your development retarded and stagnated by policies such as Jim Crow, slavery, convict leasing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And they had economists like Sandy Darity draft up actual plans, and right, these are for better or for worse. I can say, looking at them, they are serious people, right? And I would listen to Tone Talks, right? And he said, we need to disaggregate. And I fully agree with them as a Jamaican, because divisions are necessary for order. There's a reason why you have in Europe, everybody isn't European, right? You have Estonia, you have Albania, you have Germany, you have France, whatever. having ethnic divisions and is necessary for order. So I was in full support of that, right? Now, they made an error, in my opinion, when they focus on the trivial matter of people like my aunts and stuff talking shit, acting like they're better than Black Americans. You know why they talk like that? And these are my family members. You know why they talk like that, unbiased?
What?
They talk like that for the same reason why certain Black people here talk with this sense of superiority. It's because they're
superiority
ignorant.
to who? That's a lie. Superiority to who?
It's because they're ignorant.
No, but what
listen.
superiority talk that we have? That's what I'm gonna know.
What? All your homeboy talks about these days is hairlines. You have superior hairlines.
No, but that's after the fact. No, that's okay. So again, you see, and this is what Brother Reggie does.
I'm not done, Elby.
Okay,
Give me a second. Right? So according to Tyreek, you guys have, among other things, superior hairlines, a superior sense of fashion, superior in cuisine, superior musically, superior fashion-wise, superior in industry, superior morally, superior in all ways, right? But again, I'm gonna say it again. I hear my people talk that stupid shit all the time too. And they're equally as regressive and as stupid as the niggas who talk that shit here. Because ultimately, it's a handicapped nigga fighting a blind nigga. Right? Because Tone pointed it out. White American wealth in America, I forgot it. Well, back then he was saying it was like 115 trillion. I think right now it's probably up to like 130 trillion. And he said Black American wealth was like somewhere from 3 to 6 trillion, with 40% of that being in like pensions and mostly held by boomers, and virtually none of it liquid. Like the middle American family is worth like $0. That's the middle American family, right? Me coming from a place like Jamaica, having 2 pair of shoes and shit, right? Coming here talking like I'm superior to some Black Americans because I feel like we work harder or whatever's dumb shit. That shit is stupid. But the counter to that is for you to go down into the mud with those people and claim some superiority because you have air condition and Jordan 1s. No, you don't follow they stupid ass. The dumb motherfuckers from Jamaica and the stupid motherfuckers from Africa talking that stupid shit. You don't follow them and fight fire with fire. No. And Yvette and Tone, they made that mistake, right? But they tried to reverse course. But what happened is Tyreek seized on the most trivial parts of their movement and magnified that shit. He turned the ethnophobia and the ethnocentrism, he turned that shit up times 100. He started talking about hairlines, people eating bush meat, right? People being funky, not wearing. All of that shit is stupid shit. That's childish. You can't tell me that you are serious about Black empowerment and you're talking about the government. No, you're a comedian. You're a comedian. I can't believe y'all are following behind this nigga.
Well, that's the thing. See, where you confuse that. We're not following by anybody. Like, we're our own people. My voice is just as great as Tyreek Nasheed said. Matter of fact, a lot of people that come over here, that's FBA, a lot of them don't even follow him like that. So, but that's the mistake you and Brother Reggie keep making, because y'all not in tune in what's going on within FBA. Y'all just look at us and judge us for 2-3, like you're saying we do, and then cast that net over all of us. Now, let me backtrack for a second. No, we're not the same as your family. Now, by the way, the other guys who were crying about me, they were lying, saying I cut people off, I mute them. This guy has been speaking freely. crying, complaining, bitching, tether babble, bushmeat babble, all that type of stuff, and he just going. So you can see that there's no bad blood because this is the original. Like this is his first time coming to my channel to know that I'm representing the lineage. Like he thought I was going to be one of those like and fight against it. So he's trying to like he think he could talk me out. He think he can talk me out of it. So this is our first discussion since I embraced my lineage and stood 10 toes on it and decided to represent it. I didn't go the route. So he's trying to convince me out of it, and it's about to go left. All right. So, but this is the origins of his fallout with me, all because I stood on business and welcome and embrace and love my lineage. He's mad at that. He was hoping I hate my lineage like Unc and the rest of those guys I was talking about, man. And the Africans, they claim, okay, even Stu Peter and Hassan claim, it's like contradictory where it's coming from. They claim the hatred and the stereotypes for us comes from two sources. One, their mother, not their aunt, like you said, their mother, and the other one is from movies, which is two stupid ass lies. So I said this to Hassan and Stu Peter. I said, so the movies you watch is just Boys in the Hood? Like the movies that come to your country, they're just Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, Belly. Like y'all don't get.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
wait, hold on. Hold on. Because look, just I'm gonna finish up. Okay, so family, he just lied. He just said all the movies. He said pretty much. I asked him. I said, you guys claim movies about us shaped your guys' opinion and made you hate us coming to the country. He said, yeah, pretty much. So I said movies like Men's Society, Boys in the Hood, like just those movies. Y'all don't get the Robert Town movies, the Spike Lee movies. That's all positive. Y'all don't get those. Y'all just get the ratchet movies. He said, yeah, pretty much. So family, he's lying about what's accessible in Jamaica, what's available in Jamaica. He's lying, acting like the white man is only funneling or selling the ratchet movies in Jamaica for them to watch. And so that's his low-key way of justifying his hatred. Well, the white man give us movies to hate on you guys. So, and the movies are always ratchet. There's no Mo Better Blues. There's no Do the Right Thing. There's no Wesley Snipes, The Rising Sun. There's no great movies that show you on a positive like Malcolm X, Denzel Washington, Out of Time. None of those movies exist. Shaft. No, we don't get those movies. We only get Boys in the Hood, Mental Society, Don't Drink Your Juice. And, you know, that he's claiming that's all they get. Because we can just find this shit out. It's not hard. So you trying to tell me that y'all don't get any Denzel movies, no Wesley Snipes movies, Blade, where he's a badass, no Rising Sun. Y'all just get killer movies funneled to y'all, but y'all don't have access to the clumps, Coming to America, Distinguished Gentlemen. Y'all don't have Bad Boys, anything to do with Martin Lawrence. Y'all, Big Mama. Y'all just get the worst movies possible for us. Now, you're saying that. They didn't say that, by the way. You're the only one saying that. Everybody else said that they get everything else. They just said, and a matter of fact, a guy I don't even know who's in Nigeria, he said, hey, I could play it right now. He said, hey, I like to watch the badass movies, you know, from Black Americans. So you guys get all the movies. Nobody's smuggling just the worst. Hey, guys, look at this great, watch this movie. You guys are getting all the movies. You're choosing to just stereotype us based off the worst ones, but we have movies that depict us. Like you got Hancock. Y'all watch that. That's a big. All right, here we go. Here's the survey says. Here's the result, family. Jamaica receives a wide. So this is the dude that they got on that podcast. That's why I try to say, family. I don't platform flat out lies. Now, people could believe what they want to believe as far as flat Earth or origin stories. That's all good because that's part of their Bible, their doctrine, their theology. You feel me? But to believe a hate about somebody that's false or justifying a hate by a lie, I don't platform those people. So look, Jamaica receives a wide and diverse range of American movies, including films that portray Black Americans in both positive and negative lights, as well as many films where race is not a central theme. So they even got neutral movies where it's about jokes. Movie distribution in Jamaica is not selectively limited to only negative portrayals. The dude is a filthy garbage tether, like I said he was. He got mad, but what is a tether? Somebody who's always lying and undermining, sabotaging, making light of serious conversations, trying to stop FBA progression. This guy is the absolute definition of a tether, lying, pretending that they only get negative movies about us. Piece of shit lying tether. I love that terminology tether, but I like our elder, our adopted elder, Baba James Small, the professor. I like his terminology better. He said that they are dumb, blind, deaf, backwards parasites. That's actually worse than tethers. So thank you for that acronym, Baba Smalls. Lying piece of shit, man. Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so family, don't let them scare you away from supporting the channel, liking the video, popping up, showing up. Don't let them pretend that there's something wrong with supporting by liking, subscribing, notification bell, super chatting, and cash apping. Keep the donations, keep the liking the button, keep subscribing, and keep popping up so we can keep going hard, debunking all that bullshit.
Big market, so big block it didn't go crazy, but it was there in the big screen. So y'all are coming across the matter of fact, we Googled it. We Googled the 100 most popular movies today, and 50% was negative, 50% was good. So so you're watching both sides, but y'all are basing your assumption on one side. It's just like, why are y'all ignoring the good side? Then like the comedy films with the Wayans brothers and whoever else, like Eddie Murphy and whoever, 48 Hours, Eddie Murphy.
Exactly, brother. All the sitcoms that were positive, A Different World. What about Fat Albert and his movie where he's a doctor, and there's so many sitcoms that shows in a positive light, but he wanted to pretend that they just get the negative, and not just him. Another guy named Stinky Pete and Hassan, they was on another platform. My platform, talking about the same topic before this one, and they were pretending that all the movies that come to the Caribbean are exactly what this tether said, just negative, no positive. No race neutral, just all negative images. Family, they are justifying their hate by lying, saying in their country all they get is negative depictions of Black Americans. They're justifying their hatred towards you. We gotta delineate and stay away. Delineate and stay away.
So many Vampire in Brooklyn, so many movies he did, and then you got Robert Townsend. None of his movies are negative. You got Spike Lee, none of them negative. Like, you got movies where Black guys don't do nothing negative, all positive lights for Black folks. And somehow Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blue, somehow these things don't end up in Jamaica. But watch this. And on the flip of the coin, every movie now this is true for us. Bro, the only movie I ever watched with Jamaicans that was positive was bobsledding, or Cool Running. That's it. Every movie I watched from that show, there's none on Haitians, by the way. But the only movies I ever watched from Jamaicans was Rude Boy, Belly, Shotters, all gangster shit. And I never said, I thought y'all was a little crazy, but I never said like some weird thought like, yo, they're all lazy and drug dealers. No, I said, no, don't fuck with them. They crazy. But it was never like he's a drug dealer, he's a gangster. It's just like, don't fuck with him. Like, don't pick with them because they might turn up on you. So that's how I grew up, because of the movies. But I didn't tell my boy, or my mom ain't telling me, yo, those Jamaicans, stay away from them. They're bad man. They'll cut your head off. They know voodoo. Like, none of that shit was ever cast to me. I could speak for I could speak for IBM. I know, and brother, I know they never was taught that shit. But in reverse, you guys are saying your parents taught you this shit. The kids are confessing, saying our parents taught us this shit. And then other guys saying movies. So it's like, which one is it? It's still immature as fuck. It's like, you don't. So wait. So secondly, if it is the movies, so y'all don't know a movie from reality. Y'all don't know these are actors. You know they ain't real blood, right? You know he ain't dead because he's in this movie over here. The niggas in Training Day dead, but he's also in Time Cop, whatever the fuck he in. So you know he ain't dead. So the shit ain't real. So it's goofy. Now, let me go attack Bro Reggie shit, Brother Reggie. Then I'll let somebody go. Brother Reggie. Like, y'all gotta stop minimizing what the diaspora does and the continent. Y'all gotta stop minimizing for this bullshit piece global unity bullshit. Y'all are willing to minimize what they're doing, with their bad contributions, but y'all maximize our reaction to that. Okay, y'all maximize our reaction, y'all minimize their offense. Their offense. They're coming to our neighborhoods, not everybody, but definitely the Africans. They're coming over here delineating for sure. Ain't none of y'all Black Americans ever in high school went to an African party at his home with some shit going on. Never. You were never invited to this shit. And even in society, their stores, their gas stations, ain't no brotherly shit there. It's straight business, head up and buy type shit. So this we are the world type shit, that's not real. Like, people are coming here feeling a certain way, and we are feeling that when we interact with them. And then we see it on YouTube, and oh, that's how you feel. Like, wow. Then you see it again. And by the way, the diaspora war is something they call high school. It's not an FBA term. That's what they called it. Diaspora wars, like the Caribbean or Jamaica or Africa. They call that shit. And then, you know, they talk, and then watch this. So Stu came on here, and this is a talking point that people do. Oh, the Nigerians are so smart. Stop fucking lying. 40% of them make $1.90 a day. Like, stop. And that country is fucked up. They depend on oil alone. They got no real import export. That country is a shithole. So when people be capping like they're so innovative, no. You got the other Nigerians get in there. You got other Nigerians undermining the country, stealing 108,000 fucking pounds of oil a day because they're so dumb. They made the only commodity oil. So you ain't making no money if you ain't got oil. So now everybody's just stealing the oil because the people who run the country only hire their families. They don't hire the correct people who can help guide and run the country successfully. They only hire their family on some bullshit. So the peasants, the people who the lack thereof, they're out there stealing the oil and making undercut deals with the foreign nations. So that country gonna never get right. But they come over here act like they so great. You said, no, you fucked up. That's why you're over here. Like, stop.
Hey, let me show you.
Here's the thing. People, Black Americans specifically.
I said Africa.
No, I got you. Black Americans specifically are caught up with the term Pan-Africanism. I keep telling people Pan-Africanism died in the late 1960s with Kwame Nkrumah and the crew. It died. It's over. There's no more, there's nobody, there's no Pan-African meeting. There's no Pan-African staff or leaders. No one can name a Pan-African leader who will hold a meeting
besides
in
Dr.
2025. There's no meetings in 2024. In the whole 2000s, 1990s, it's dead. It's a cute phrase that we parrot that's dead, okay? We are Americans. We are Black Americans. We're African Americans, and everybody is on their own. There's no help. Your agenda is not my agenda. My son's agenda is not your son's or daughter's agenda. I'm an American, my son's a Black American, and we have our own agenda and our own way of life that we want to live. It's all talk and hype and a bunch of bullshit, okay? There's no Pan-Africanism in 2025. It's been there.
That's what I thought.
In the late 1860s, excuse me, in the late 1960s.
1960s?
Yep, it's dead.
I was on the panel and they was like going off on me about saying Pan-Africanism. I'm like, I thought that been dead, but they was going off and everything.
It's not dead because people want to believe this hype and this talk online. You know what I mean? And it's a bunch of crap. Okay?
Yeah.
No,
Is Barack Obama Black?
No, he's not. In the American political context, Black means the son of West African, the descendant of West African slaves brought here to labor in the United States. It's not a put down. It's not to say that he hasn't suffered. It's not to say that he doesn't have a glorious lineage of his own. It's just to say that he and I, who am descended from West African slaves brought to America, we are not the same.
That was 2007, way before an FBA ADOS conversation. We already been delineating and establishing they might share the same ancestry as us 1,000 years ago, somewhere in Egypt, but they are not black. But when Unbiased Ron said, I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. So now I got to cook people on demonyms, ethonyms, and all that type of stuff. Brain drain, and you know how I do. Run circles around your tethers and Pan-African booty scratches. But now, do I look a little more bright? And I'm saying stuff nobody says, which is the point. The point is to be different. We're 43 million. We don't got to parrot each other. So I got my own position, my own argument, my own defense that makes me different, right? I'm within the ethnic group, but I'm different. I'm one of the 43 million. You dig? And that's why I'm a force to be reckoned with. All right. I got a link pinned to the top. People used to click it. I made them public examples. They are very reluctant to click this link. I don't roast. I get right to it. Okay, I debunked them on the fly. There's no topic. They really know more than me. I know about more Pan-African than them. I know more about Black American history than them. I know more about a lot of shit than them. Okay, they click that link, they get cooked on every which way they run and hide to. Okay, and then they always get educated. Always get educated. So somebody's clicking the link now. Let's see. And then I'm gonna call it as 12:15. Like I'm gonna call tonight. Let's see what's going on. Oh boy, I am so tired. I've been going hard as hell. Robbie Davis, what's going on?
Hey, how you guys? Just enjoying the conversation, just rolling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, just learning more. I agree with a lot of things you guys are saying. I grew up with if you know guys give me a sec, I grew up with the 60s Black Panther type parents. And it's just, that politics, very Afrocentric. My dad's been to Africa like many times. I've been 3. I grew up under that Afrocentricity, Pan-Africanism, like you guys have been talking about here in America, that we created, that Americans created. That is an American phenomenon, Black American phenomenon. Let's be very, very, very clear about that. But it might not serve us right now, like you guys are saying.
It never did though.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, look, just give me one example.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, first of all, give me your definition of Pan-Africanism. Let's start right there.
Pan-Africanism?
Yes.
Well, okay, what I understand was Pan-Africanism was the idea that people of African descent have a common history of struggle, no matter where in the globe they are.
Okay, stop right there. Give me a common struggle with Black Americans and with anybody from Africa, any group from Africa. Give me one common struggle.
Well, I mean, there's the common struggle of white supremacy.
Stop. They
There's
don't have a no. Stop right there. They don't have a struggle with white supremacy.
Okay,
they are the majority. No, just listen, because I said something that you're not, I mean, that's new to you, I think. So you want to know more about that. Well, why would you say that, Unbiased Ron? White folks live here. They're the majority here. That's white supremacy. They only control everything here. They have their own countries, my guy. They're the majority. How is it white supremacy in their countries?
Right, but when the roots of Pan-Africanism started, I think that
no. Listen, what I'm saying. I'm saying never ever did white people were they not the majority in their country.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
Okay, so how can something be supreme if it's small and listen, bro? How can something be supreme when it's small in numbers?
I get where you're going. I'm actually not disagreeing.
Right. So we don't have so our issue is that we've been the minority.
Fair enough.
Okay, but listen, let me drive this home. Our issue that we've been a minority amongst a majority who hates us and been holding us back for all of our time in this country. They never experienced that.
I think that's a great. I mean, okay, and right, and I think you know I was going to say that those principles from the 50s and 60s they don't apply today. So I totally agree
But no,
with
they
you.
never did because you just said we have a common struggle and white supremacy. I'm like, nah, their countries ran on black supremacy.
Fair enough.
Black people were supreme there. So that's why I said we don't have. So people say that, but they can't give an example.
Well, okay. Okay, I mean,
You can try again.
No, I don't feel like I need to, but I just think that you know, my argument's not with you at all. You know,
No, it's not. No. We're not arguing. We're recalling, brother. We're not arguing. We're recalling history. Okay.
Again, you were asking me about what I learned as a premise.
Right. Yeah, but we're having a dialogue, and as you talk, I want you to understand what you're saying because I understand. Like when people say something a long time, like you said, you were raised in it, so you were hearing phrases that you may never thought to challenge. So it became true, unchallenged. Now I'm challenging what you were learned. Like, nah, we have no common struggles with people in Africa.
And I'm open to the challenge. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so all right,
that's an eye-opening view.
Yeah, so white supremacy, that's false. Is there something else we have in common with them? A struggle?
You're black.
No. Okay, no. Okay, dude, what does black mean? Okay, here we go now. So you're on the perfect channel. You know what I teach, bro?
Okay,
yeah. Do you know what I teach over here?
I'm listening.
I teach that Black Americans are the only black people. Everybody else is just where they from. So those 54 countries, they are of those countries. A Somalian is from Somalia. He's not black. He's Somalian. A Congolese is from the Congos. He's not black. He's Congolese. South African, Eswatini, et cetera, Jamaican, Haitian. We're the only black people. We're the only people where our name is just simply black. There's no other name. There's no Jamaican, no Haitian, no Kenyan. We're just black. We're the only black people. So give me another. That's false too. So give me another commonality that we have with them. So 2 false statements you said. Give me one that's actually correct.
I mean, you could go on, but this like genetics that you just can't. I just was looking at.
Okay, so even then,
right?
Okay, so now, okay,
20 families, 20, and just looking at it, is Mali, Nigeria.
What percentage of Mali? Wait, slow down. Well, first of all, what African is all those things in one? Is it somebody from Mali? It's like 90%.
I mean, if you really want to go there, they're all constructs.
Yeah, you have to.
The constructs, but I mean, that's what
Yeah. So, but see, the thing is, when people engage in conversations, there needs to be some type of quid pro quo, like you give and you receive, right? And we exchange ideas for the benefit of leaving here with something, right? So you're saying things, and to you believe it because again, it's been taught to you your entire life. Now you're on the channel with a guy named Unbiased Ron, who's basically like a historian. So now what I'm saying to you is that you've been taught things. You didn't challenge them because you were born in those households. Now you're being challenged with somebody who knows a lot about this stuff. And you're not like wanting, but you're not open to like really like learning a different a way of looking at it. Like you're just like kind of closed-minded. Because every time I go into something,
not at all. Totally open. Yeah, no, not at all. I'm totally open to it. But I can have a counter argument, right?
Okay, go ahead. I'm 100% for the smoke. What's your counter argument?
I mean, I can just show you the ancestry.com right now.
Right. Yeah, you can, but I got questions. Okay, now listen. When you show me something, don't I have questions for it? Yes or no?
Yeah, sure. You can have questions.
Okay, now you said what percentage of Mali you got in you?
I was looking at it says like 19, 15.
Right. Now, if you take your ass to Mali, what percentage they got in them?
Okay, sure. Your argument, fine, 100%.
Okay, so that means somebody's Mali and somebody's not. Now, you give me another country, you're small in that numbers, so you're nothing there. You're not complete nothing there, but they all are.
Well, I don't think we're totally disagreeing with each other.
But you don't even. So my point is, you don't even have that commonality. You're not even African like them. they're 90, 80% of what the region or the country they're from. You're 10%, 15%, and you're not that. You can't go to Mali and say you're Mali. You can't go to Nigeria and say you're Nigerian. You can't go anywhere and say you're that.
No, I agree. 100%.
And then you got, and then I said earlier, what Nigerian has all those different countries you got in you and them?
Agreed. Yeah, that's purely American. That's purely Black American.
Exactly, and that's why. Yeah, that's not a commonality then. Even your DNA profile is different from theirs, completely different from theirs. So you could try again.
No, that's fair enough. I don't totally disagree with you. In fact, I agree with you.
So I'm trying to find the commonality we have with them, though.
That's a total valid argument. You know, yeah, that's a total valid argument. It's purely American to be a mix like that. Absolutely. That's
called an ethnogenesis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we experience one, Jamaicans experience one, Mexicans and other people in the Western Hemisphere experience ethnogenesis. Okay, we're completely new people from the origin or the ancestry we have shared with folks from across the world. We're totally different.
1,000%. But how is that different from like people that are European here that are part Irish, Polish?
So, but aren't those people called American? White America had an ethnogenesis too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right. That's a real scientific word where people undergo something for hundreds of years and they have a shared history, shared experience, shared culture, shared language, and so on and so forth.
Right. No, it's absolutely Black American.
Yeah, but those guys didn't go to ethnogenesis over there. So we don't even have that in common. So the only thing we have in common that you could maybe make an argument for, maybe skin complexion, but you will fall there too, because I'm light skinned. All right.
God. Yeah, all right. I mean, there's lighter skinned West Africans and stuff like that.
What's the average? No. The average Black American got about 25% European. I mean, we're gonna be light, my guy.
That's. I mean,
are you serious? Wait, are you in America?
Minus 2% Gaelic. That's it. 2%. My uncle was 1%.
No. 1%. I said the average. Well, you might be. Are you dark skinned?
We come in all colors, bro.
No, but I'm asking you, are you dark skinned?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the largest percentage of white European you got in you, of a European country?
My sister isn't though. My brother.
No, but I'm asking you, what is the largest percentage of a European country you have in you, and what's the country?
It says Gaelic, but it's Gaelic. That's like.
And what's the percentage?
1%.
Share your screen. There you go. I don't believe that. I think you're capping in front of everybody.
Actually, I'll show you right now.
Just look at this.
I was just looking at it.
Let's teach you how to do this. That's the problem. Like, people look at stuff, but they don't know what they're looking at. They don't comprehend it.
3%, 1% Gaelic, 1% Indigenous American. I'm not here to lie.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm saying I want to confirm. I want to make sure what you're looking at. What you're looking at.
Africa, 17 Nigeria, 15 Senegal, 13 Cameroon, 12 Benin and Togo, 7 Ivory Coast and Ghana, 6% Western Bantus, 2% Southern Bantu, 3% West African, and then 2% Gaelic.
Okay, then you're probably not a foundation Black American then.
My father's foundation Black American.
How do you know that?
My family, right? No, my family's from the South.
Where? I mean, I don't really care, but look, no, I don't worry about that. But I'm saying for you, I would do this because 23andMe.
I got my uncles here too, right?
I'm just saying for you, I would just confirm that. If I was you in your private time,
so I see. Your argument is well taken. Your argument is well taken. That there's
I don't believe there's a foundation Black American 1% European. I don't believe that.
I mean, but how is that? Why is that so relevant?
Because we know that a lot of our women are.
Why can't the relevancy just rest on the mixture of African genetics?
But yeah, but why is that relevant? You see, you can't see. I can't make something relevant. You make something relevant. Like why make anything relevant? But what I'm gonna say is this: I don't believe. I said because we know that slave masters had went into our ancestors a large percentage. All right, so I don't believe that you ended up missing that experience in your lineage, and you got 1%, and the 1% ain't even Anglo-Saxon or like from a Western European country. I don't believe that.
It's a Celtic and Gaelic.
If you're foundation Black American, yeah.
I don't have a reason to lie. But anyway, all right. Nice participating. You got. I'm listening on.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, there's no need to come over here capping. Like I said, two things. You're either lying, which you might not be lying, but if you're not lying, I suspect you're just not foundation Black American. That's all.
Fair enough.
Because I don't think your genealogy skipped that part of the ethnogenesis. Like I said, on average, it's 25%.
Gotcha.
And you're telling me 1%? Yeah, that don't make any sense.
All right.
And you said the South, right?
Yep.
Okay. Where you said the Carolinas?
My father, Columbia, South Carolina.
Your father.
Mm-hmm.
So his lineage in South Carolina. You said all of his lineage in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Have you been to South Carolina?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you met the Gullah? Have you met the Gullah people?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, brother. What part of South Carolina were you in?
My dad's from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, listen, brother. I just left South Carolina. This year? This year. I worked out there.
I haven't been since a kid.
Yeah, I worked out there. I think it's damn near impossible not to meet up with Gullah people.
I mean, my dad used to always talk about Gullah and Geechee people, but yeah.
All right, no problem. So fast forward. So what do you call you? So what do you rather prefer to call yourself? African American, Black, or like what do you prefer to call yourself?
That's a good question. Up until this point, it's been African American, obviously.
Yeah, because I just want to call you what you want to be called. I'm not going to force something on you. So you said American, that's good enough?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm American.
And where you live at? What state are you in America right now?
I'm in Queens. I live in New York. I'm a New Yorker.
Shit.
What? What?
Shit. When somebody talk like you, and they from New York or Florida, not a good look, bro. That's not a good look for what you said earlier. I'll say that.
What are you talking? What do you mean?
Yeah, but you're giving off signs that your family mostly got Ellis Island roots.
What? What are you talking about? I'm Black American.
So when did y'all get to New York?
So my grandmother came up in the 50s. They were in Brooklyn in the 60s. Nope. No. Yeah.
That sound like Ellis Island, but it's all right. Okay.
All right.
So,
Next question.
are you familiar with okay, so what do you think about reparations for Black American? You think that's a nothing burger, give it up, it never happened? You think that's something worthy of pursuing?
I think it's something absolutely worthy of pursuing.
Now, do you think it should be specifically those who experience U.S. chattel slavery, or you think it's for Black immigrants who also experience some type of, not Black immigrants, but African immigrants and Caribbean immigrants who experience some type of Jim Crow here and there?
That's for Americans who who comes from slavery. That's American stuff. It's for Americans.
And how old are you, by the way? You about 30?
No, I'm 42.
Okay. Okay, so you had to study some type of slavery in this country, right?
Absolutely.
And the transatlantic slavery I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Are you familiar with the buyers and sellers?
The buyers and sellers of
transatlantic slavery.
The buyers and sellers? What do you mean by
Yeah.
the buyers and sellers?
The transatlantic slave trade. When you trade something, you have a buyer and seller.
Right, but that's vague. What do you mean by that?
Okay. Who sold who and who bought who?
Oh, that was a big system. That was a big system.
Yeah, but who was it? But who was the major buyers? Was it anybody or was it a specific group?
You're obviously going to tell me, so why don't you just go ahead?
No, but you 42, you definitely see this is I'm asking you questions because this is something an average Black American would know. Even a street thug would know this. This is something somebody from the Caribbean wouldn't care to know because it ain't their history. So that's what I'm asking you. You know how people join the mafia and they ask them, they want to make sure they're really Italian or some type of Jewish school. Well, this is a vetting system. This is a vetting system for the podcast. When people say that they're Foundation Black American, they sound a little suspect. This is the vetting process.
So would you think I'm going to come on here and like bomb you guys? Internet bomb?
Nah.
Buyers and sellers, it depended on what.
So what did you learn? Let's just take it from there. So start from there. You learn people were in Africa and they ended up in America. How that happen?
Are you going for the whole? Are you going for the whole African people?
Nah, you could just sum it up real fast. You know, you could just say, "Hey, people were in Africa, and yeah, you love to talk when I talk. You love to talk when I talk." Okay, so yes, we can't communicate like that. So just sum it up for me. Summarize it. People were in Africa at some point and they ended up over here. Can you explain how that happened really quickly?
Yes. There was something called slave trade.
Right.
Everybody participated in it. And there were
like
ships.
Who? Everybody like who?
Europeans, Africans.
Okay. So what role did Europeans play? Were they selling people or buying people?
Were they selling people? Both.
So Europe was selling. Okay. So during the transatlantic African slave trade, Europeans went to Africa and snatched up Africans and sold them to who?
They sold them to whoever would buy them.
But they were the major buyers, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. When they left Africa, you know they came to Europe, right?
I'm sure there were. Yeah, I'm sure there were drop offs in Europe. I'm sure there were trips to Europe. Sure, there were Black people in Europe during that time.
What, you ever heard of a term called the diaspora?
Yeah, of course.
Was that European ran or was that somebody else ran that?
Ran the diaspora?
Yeah.
Isn't that so? That term is a later term, isn't that? That's a
no, but we're talking about a region, my guy. We're talking about islands. We're talking about people being taken to islands, okay, and countries and being colonized and enslaved. So you telling me other people besides European played a role in the diaspora that we know today?
I'm just not sure what the question is.
No question. Just confirmation. No question. Just confirmation that you are indeed a tether. And it's okay. It's okay. But you can't be a part of this podcast as a tether. Because you have no integrity, bro. God damn, man. We had to go through all that. Dude, just can't be real, bro. Yo, I'm from Barbados. I'm from Senegal. You dig? And then don't want to admit who were the buyers and sellers. That's why I say, family, there's certain questions, and I didn't get to ask about Garvey. There's certain questions that it's their kryptonite. They just can't even lie. They can't even lie and pretend. They gotta fold. Well, a lot of people been some dropped off. Well, the diaspora, that's a recent term. Yeah, because we're recent people. Aren't we living in recent history? Somebody use recent terms, you fools, that we can communicate on. when we say diaspora, we know what we're talking about. What regions, what countries, what islands. That was going on here. Yeah, and it didn't have to be like that. But the guy, first of all, said he Gullah people in South Carolina. He fucked up. I just left there. I don't know how that's even possible. But secondly, like we just the 1% European in them. Like nigga, like really, you don't take your goofy ass back to you don't take your goofy ass back to that goddamn floating slum out there in local, what is it called? Locals, lockers. Take your ass back to that floating slum and lockers. Hey man, peace. Happy holiday.
Happy holiday, bro. Yes, sir. You too, my bro. Definitely, man. You the fan, bro.
Thank you, man. All right. Yeah. So those are weak. But guess I gotta replay that for the morning, right? For the morning crew who ain't see that. That's embarrassing though. Just ashamed. Like I don't know how that feels. Like we got a song from James Brown that's called I'm Black and I'm Proud. We got to make a song called I'm a Tether and I'm Ashamed. So that is my new song. You see, I ain't made music in a while. I chilled out. I got so many tracks, 15 goddamn tracks. I got to make an album for y'all. You dig? But I'm gonna have time over this holiday weekend. But yo, ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? This guy, I'm a tether and I'm ashamed. Ashamed to just be, do I clown people? I barely even ask that question. I don't clown like that. I'm not as funny as Tariq. You dig? I'm funny, but I ain't as funny as him. Like he's a natural. So I didn't even ask that question for that reason to like get on him. But he was like, something about him made me ask that question. I hardly even asked that question. Because for me, I just want to win but I want to win a soul. You dig? I want to win a soul on the truth. So, 1% European. Like, dude, if that's true, then you gotta be black as hell. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying, bro, you are this black right here. Hold on, let me tell you looking, man. 1% European, you are definitely looking like this. Right here. This is him. This dude got 0. He got like 1% European in him. You got to be this dark with 1% European, my guy. He's talking about he ain't that dark. Okay, stop. That's what happens. You come over here just saying any other thing and think we ain't gonna cook you. This dude is this dark talking about like, dude, stop, man. Stop. All right, let me see. Oh, let me play the other video. All right, man, peace. Yes, sir. Happy holiday. Let me see. Okay. So let me show the video that some of you guys didn't see. All right. So now this is we are taking Baba Smalls. We are taking him from Pan-Africanism and we are making him our quote unquote elder, okay? Because he been saying our talking points longer than us. And he been saying our talking points a little stronger than us, with more vigor, more passion. Okay, look at the elder Baba. He's the first FBA elder. Look at this guy.
The African Day Parade. You don't see the Africans. You got the festival that be going on in Brooklyn, the band festival, the African festivals. Where's the Africans at when we doing our rallies? Where Africans at on your side? Talk to us really about that, man.
See, let me tell you something. We think slavery in America was something. Slavery in Africa is still in force. You talking about deaf, blind, and dumb. Don't confuse you because somebody got on some printed cloth that's printed in Holland or India that you're looking at an African cultural expression. That's not an African cultural expression. That cloth was printed in a European country and then sold to Africans. And they've accepted that as their cloth. You understand what I'm saying? Just that piece. Now, they do speak the language, but they know less about their history than I do. So you've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person speaking an African language coming from...
We call them tethers, the one that undermine He called them deaf, blind, dumb, backward parasites. This is the guy who they say is a Pan-African. He called the tether class of Africans something worse than we could ever call them. He called them deaf, blind, dumb. Run that back. It was so I can't even. What do you say?
So you've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person.
Deaf, blind, dumb, backward parasite. Listen.
You've got a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards person speaking an African language, coming from the African country, came here to be a parasite.
Parasite. I wasn't lying. Deaf, blind, dumb, backwards parasite. That's 90 times worse than tether. Okay, so when we call them a tether family and they get annoyed, don't like it, then let's say, my bad. You are a deaf. You're oh, my bad. How about this one? You're a deaf, blind, dumb, backwards parasite. I'm offended. Why? The elder Pan-Africanism call you that. Oh, he gonna sound more like us. Watch this.
Eat on and play down.
This is why I'm taking the elder, because he's representing FBAism better than he does with Pan-Africanism.
Because these people are so punked out and scared of the white man that they feel because they're scared of the white man, they got to be against us. You know?
Explaining what foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both.
See, the elder confessed he's FBA, so we could take him, man. We could take him, man. We're gonna get him right. We're gonna make sure he ain't looking all crazy on the internet. We're gonna get him right. This is the first elder of FBA. If we got any elder, this is gonna be this guy. Because he's saying things better than I ever could say.
Is explaining what foundation of Black American is and tell them I'm both. And that foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves. And that foundation of Black American, that we have a right to identify ourselves in the same way any other ethnic group. And
Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a cultural manifestation. I'm FBA. That's not my race. That's a genetic.
He's FBA is not a race, it's an ethnicity. He's right. So this guy been talking our talking points before Tariq, before Adolf, before all of us in the chat. This guy always knew it. And that's probably why Tariq Nasheed would be so diligent and on 10 around this guy. So you notice when Tariq Nasheed interviewed him, you see how stern Tariq was, he positioned himself. Like, I'm a guy who looks at body language. Like, I study body language. So when Tariq Nasheed was interviewing him, not interviewing, but questioning him on what he said about us, FBA's white man slot, look at Tariq, look at his position. It wasn't like defeated. He was looking for some smoke. Like, yo, how dare you, of all people, say something like that when I got all these talking points from yo ass? That's how Tariq was looking at him. Like, dude, are you serious? White man slot. But it wasn't that when you said it, huh?
Confusion and cultural manifestation. I'm Gullah Geechee, but that's not my race. That's a
Are they our people, brother, or are we our own people now?
So now, Sarnetta asked the question. I believe this is before Adolf. Somebody got to, maybe George Macon can find a date for this, but this sounds like this is before Adolf, right? This is before 2016, 17. That's what it sounds like. This is older than that. So he asked the question that we say, we are our own people, we're different than them, we have our own ethnogenesis. So Sarnetta asked Baba, Professor Elder Smalls, I believe this video is before Adolf. Are we our own people? He said, listen.
No, we got to understand two things. We have a race and then we have an ethnic place.
Ethnic place. Ain't that ethnonym? Ethnicity. So he been saying this shit longer than us. He's been delineating, he's been differentiating the term race from ethnicity before most of us. So this dude knew the whole time we're different than them. We're not African American like them. We're not black like them. We're totally different from these people. We share an ancestry at best. That's it.
we ethnically, we African Americans. Just like a guy from Africa, he can say he's African, but there's no country called African. He's either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malian, or something.
That's exactly, if you're new to this channel, that's my talking points. Go back and look at any of my videos. I say they're not black, right? They are Nigerian, Somalian. They are where their country is at. I say they are after they are whatever their country is. That's my argument. I say they're not black. They're whatever their country is. He just said they're not African. They're whatever their country is.
He can say he's African, but there's no country called African. He's either Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malian, or something. That's his ethnic nation.
He just said they're not African. Today in 2025, I say they're not black. What's the difference?
Racially, we are together, but economically, we may well be enemies.
And then he even acknowledged that economically we may be enemies. So family, I found a chat somewhere. This chat was somewhere in West Africa somewhere. One of these what's up, bro? Yeah. So I found this chat. There's a bunch of West Africans somewhere in Lagos, that little floating slum, where they were talking about me. Unbiased Ron. I'm like, how the hell they know who I am? I got fans in West Africa. In like a shitty part of West Africa. Look what they were saying about me.
That's as far as I know, Bias was my guy, right? That's all I'm saying.
So he says, as far as he know, I was his guy. Listen, I guess he's a fan. I mean, what I be talking about? Cool.
Let me drop the
Because I was really an unbiased fan, bro.
So now the second guy said I was really an unbiased fan. You know, so it looks like they follow the content. They rock with it. They became fans, right? Let me run that a little more. You can hear him clearly. He was an unbiased fan, but what changed? And I was the other guy. What changed?
Let me drop the
because I was really an unbiased fan, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
Is we live?
Yeah, we live right now. I had to call.
But yeah, but do understand that though, Brad. He's right. Like unbiased. You know, he's pretty well.
What's that money maker?
He does have a history of being solid though, bro.
Okay, so I was somebody guy, I was somebody fan, and now the brother is saying I have a history of being solid. What changed with these guys? How do you feel about me? What changed?
But do understand that though, Brad. He's right. Like unbiased. You know, he's pretty. He does have a history of being solid, bro.
I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm not about to be more upset about you paying your money than you are. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna be like if you want to give some.
All right, so the conversation switched from me being a guy, them being a fan of mine, and I'm being solid. Now it's about money. Okay, what is this about?
Somebody money. Okay, what am I gonna say about that?
All right, but
along with it for views. He's going along with it for views and for all these cash apps and stuff that he's getting.
So I was their guy. They were my biggest fan, my biggest stan. I was a solid guy until I started getting views and cash apps and super chats. Now I'm no longer this unbiased Ron solid guy who they're a fan of, that I'm their guy.
All right, JJ. Where the devil did you really get all this money? What? You heard what I said. All right.
He had gained this following. See, I'm just all finding all this out like as of last night, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So
this was yesterday. This was yesterday. It was last night. Like,
did you look at all his views? You look at his views for his past?
Did you look at all of his views? You sure that's your guy? You sure you want to be a fan of him? You sure he's solid? Did you see all of his views? Did you see people of his same lineage donate and support him? You sure we want to support this guy and be a fan of his and he's your guy and he's so solid? No, he's making too much money. He's getting too much support from the lineage. They're viewing his channel too often, too much. This got to stop. We don't like it, and we got to drop a dime on him. Bottom line, fuck all this cheerleading shit. I'm gonna be real. We got to get rid of him.
It was last night. Like,
did you look at all his views? You look at his views for his past streams. He's got a nice little following. But it's no scam.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. For sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
Family, you can't even get successful. Well, I'm not even successful. I'm saying like you can't get any little bit of success at all around tethers. They automatically delineate from you. They start pocket watching. They start asking about Tariq and all his hidden color videos, the museum. Where's the museum, Tariq? Where's the museum? He get a museum. Then he like, oh, the museum, they don't have this. They don't have that. And he like, yo, but it's better than my one museum in California. It's better than your national museum in your country. And so you're saying what I don't have, but my museum is better than what you got for your whole country. I mean, that's unbelievable. These tethers will look past their country to look at what you are doing as a foundational Black American. Look. They are looking past their struggles to see your success as a foundational Black American descendant of slavery. See how I did that? Okay. So for those who say, oh, no, they got a problem with it, foundational Black American descendant of slavery. There you go. All right. They're going to be mad as hell. But yeah, man, pocket watching from West Africa loggers. A damn floating slum. These guys are on their laptops floating. Their house is sitting on, they call scientifically, biologically, the water's called dead. There's no life in it. And they're out there talking about me in America, New Jersey. Like, dude, y'all got bigger problems than this. All right? Pocket watching me because I decided to tell the truth. If y'all be more honest, you might get more followers. Nobody likes to follow liars, bad researchers. We witnessed that earlier. Dude read the definition of what a racial category is, and then admitted it was broad. It was not exclusive. Many people was included, and then came back and said, yo, the second generation immigrants, they don't categorize themselves as that term. Then I go right back to the same word, and it said it does. And then I go to a professor quizzing tethers in college, asking them, are they African-American? And they said yes, and they said they select the box. But the bad researcher said they don't check the box as African-American. So he was trying to pretend that that word or those words are exclusively just for us. After reading, it's a racialized category that includes everybody from the diaspora and the continent of Africa that comes to America. With research like that, yeah, nobody's gonna watch your channel, my guy. Like, people like to leave a channel knowing that they got sufficient education. It was expressed pretty good, clean, clear. And you know what I mean? So when people leave my panel, if you quiz the chat and say, did you learn something? They're going to say yes, and they're going to be able to tell you what they learned. If they just say the word demonym, they learn something. Exonym, endonym, ethnonym, that's here. Just aggregate, explicit representation. What else? Brain gain, brain drain, brain circulation, brain waste, hyperselectivity, high selectivity. That's all here. Those are the words I introduced. And they make sense. And then I said, we're the only Black people. Okay? That's all my stuff. So yes, people learn when they come here, and they learn how to cook a tether. And they learn a litmus test. You want to know if a person is a tether or not, ask them about the African slave trade. and ask them about Garvey. They just cannot lie. They got to be, well, they can't lie according to their doctrine. Their doctrine is the lie, but they can't lie against their lie. They can't lie to pretend they're FBA at that point. They got to keep their tether lie and just say, hey, man, everybody was involved. This dude said everybody's involved with the transatlantic slave trade. Oh, my God, it's embarrassing. Oh, boy. Yeah, so do not. Oh, yeah, so we got some good donations. Piece to Mr. Know-It-All, $1 in the super chat. Thank you. Do not let these tethers and these Pan-African booty scratchers discourage you from liking the button, liking the video, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, pulling up in large numbers to check out the channel, represent, support, like the video. That's how people get to see it. And then don't let them discourage you from super chatting and cash apping. Matter of fact, that should be more motivation to super chat so they could see it go across the damn screen and they return back to this scene right here. I want them to see the super chats more often so they could come back to this right here. I want them to feel like this after they come here and shadow watch me. I want them to feel like this when they leave, when they see all those super chats.
Following, but it's no scam.
This right here.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. I don't like that shit.
Okay, that's how I want them feeling when they leave my channel, watching from the shadows. I want them to see those super chats and feel like that every live. I drop down on that nigga. Yo, this is amazing, yo. All because they can't defeat my talking points and my arguments, my rebuttals, defending the lineage. The link is there. It's 1 a.m. I can't be up too much longer, but the link is there and they don't click it. Well, he just did. You see what happened, right? Well, we got commonalities. Really? Wrong. Try again. That one, wrong. Try again. You're not even commonly African like them. They're 90% Mali, you're 10%. They're 85% Nigerian, you're 4%. You're not even African like them. You don't have much commonality with those people. That's okay. You're your own people. But he's not our own people. Like, that was exposed right away. Like, dude, you're looking at the goddamn tether profile, and he's pretending like he's looking at an FBA profile, a genetic profile. Yeah, we have 5K subscribers. You're right, Lord Maul, but we need people to show up though. So it don't matter you got 100,000 subscribers if only 20 people show up, like their channels. What we need to do is people show up as often as possible. I ain't saying every time. I know you're busy and some other hot content out there, but as much as you can, try to keep the channel alive, like the video. So if you can't make it, the like button will put my video on Smells algorithm. It'll be the algorithm and it'll be Smells suggestion to click the video. You feel me? So if you can't make it, this guy can make it. So that's what the like button is for this. Mainly, sometimes you guys can't make it. You like the video for when you can't make it, the next FBA DOS can make it and check it out. Because now it'll be in their suggestion, their live suggestion feed. You feel me? And like I said, don't let them discourage you from super chats. We got my life in exchange for yours, $5 super chat. Lineage love. He says, Ron, what do you think about that Nicki Minaj turning point of view? Her tether as. Yeah, you know what? To be honest, bro, I can't even watch. Like, I can't watch a tether. Like, especially when they're like with the white supremacists. Like, you know how hard it is for me to do those videos about Larry Elder and Thomas Sowell? When they were sitting there buck dancing and cooning in front of those white people, it was very hard to make those videos, man. So yeah, and then so if I could barely tolerate it from a FBA cooning and buck dancing, you know I can't watch some damn tether doing that. So yeah, I can't even watch that video, bro, because I will be online too hard, too crazy, and I probably get shadow banned, you dig, of my language. So I'd rather just not watch it and let you guys tell me about it. First class citizen, $5 super chat, lineage love in the building. He said that footage James Smalls minded needs to be shared to all tethers. I wonder if the tethers that are fond of him will look at him the same. No, they're gonna give him up, and we're gonna take him over here. because his talking points are our talking points, and he was very stern, hard, and assertive, and passionate. You dig? And you can't fake that. That is Pan-African stuff he's talking. He's faking that because you don't see the same passion. You don't see the same FBA glow. Matter of fact, I gotta play that glow song. Let me see any more super chats to read. We have Brandon Dahl in the building. He said, "Why are these people so upset about FBA lineage? What is the problem? Why are these people mad?" You know what? And that's why we call them tether, because we call them tether because they are from a homeland, and everybody in their homeland don't feel like them. Okay, other folks in their homelands minding their business, and I truly believe, even I'm sharing this image right here, and we're laughing, but these people might really appreciate our culture. Like they might not be. I don't think they're. I don't. There's no evidence for me to believe that they hate our culture and they're jealous of us. Like these people might really give us flowers, and that's why maybe they're not allowed over here. Like they have a filtering system too. They have a vetting system too, and they probably really appreciate our culture. You feel me? They'll probably come over and rock with us. So that's why I don't call the entire country, the entire tribe, or a tether. I call the culprits that have been caught tethering a tether. But we joking, but they might really rock with the culture. You did just like a Godfrey or Lord Jamar. Like these guys are not FBA, but they really rock with the culture. You feel me? So we appreciate that. Like I said, we joking, but they probably really mess with the culture. So it's not all of them. So, but the tethers are mad. The tether, these guys got a tether class, and that tether class is usually over here in America. And Nikki rocking with Turning Point USA, a conservative right wing group. Doesn't surprise me, by the way, Lord Moore, because I always said a lot of Afro-Caribbeans, even Tiger Shakira Crane said this about his country, Jamaica. A lot of them come over here. Wait, he said a lot of them be like that in their country. So it's no surprise they come over here, they join the conservative side. And a lot of Africans, or enough Africans, too many Africans, let's say that. I can't say a lot, but too many Africans come over here and align themselves up with the same right-wing, conservative, far-right groups. Okay, kissing their ass on their platforms. And then we gonna hear from Nikki, what about black on black crime and all that? Yeah, that's why I don't want to hear that. Now, I don't mind watching it. If she was just ranting on her page, I'll watch it and I'll cook her ass. But I don't like them doing that in front of white supremacists. That's when I cannot watch it. When they're like, try to get pat on the head by white supremacists. I'm good. I'll pass. It'll make me too angry. Okay. So hopefully I answered that question. I'm trying to check for any. I don't want to miss no super chat. I know I missed some. Okay, so we got another super chat. I'm catching. We got Darlene Chestnut, $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. The super sticker is laugh. It's a ha 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 ha. And by the way, Merry Christmas. You know we're gonna talk on Christmas anyway. But Merry Christmas to y'all and Happy New Year's. I say New Year's. Happy Christmas Eve. If we don't talk, you guys be busy. Afro Dynamite, walk along. Okay. He said, don't give him a deal to watch over there. Let me see. We got one up on you. $2 super chat. Lenny's love. He said, deaf, blind, dumb bastards, parasite. All right. So what else we got here? I'm gonna do a lineage roll call before. I'm gonna shout out everybody from the chat before. We got ex-architect in the building. Yeah, that name sounds funny as hell because YouTube got everybody original handle. They don't have our screen names anymore. That's funny. I don't know why they did that, but oh, all right. My brother is definitely here. We got Tiger Crane Shakir in the building. He's Jamaican and he's a rider. He don't feel like revenue. He don't feel like those. Like he actually calls out the tether class, right? So like I said, I don't call out every African. I don't call out every whoever, every white person. You got that's why they call suspected white supremacists. Some of them really not. Some of them just mind their business. You dig? And some of them might try to support from the shadows. But we try to call out the people who are offending. So Tiger Crane Shakira says, I'm dubious. He's FBA, although I'm not FBA. I grew up around enough FBA to know that if you ask an FBA where they're from, they'll tell you easily which city, states in the South where they're from. Right, right. And the fact that he said, they be trying to say a Southern state, hoping you didn't listen. It's gonna be hard, family, because I went to a couple Southern. I lived in several Southern states. I went to school. I'm talking about school, like a kid. Well, I went to school in 3 different Southern states. Okay, so it's gonna be kind of hard to kind of fake it around me. So he says South Carolina, bro, you messed up. You messed up. Because I know who's there. So I asked about the Gullah immediately. Okay, I had more questions about the Gullah people, so I was gonna cook them there. I had hella conversations with them. So, and as you know, I mean, y'all can tell my personality is a sociable personality. So it don't take me long to engage in conversation with anybody, Black, white, Chinese, FBA, tether, immigrant, illegal, whatever. Let's see what else we got here. Make sure I'm not missing nothing else before I hang it up. Okay, so we got I think we're okay, cool. Hey, now let me read the super chat yesterday. Now I know I'm not super chat, but a lot of you guys send me cash apps. And a lot of times I don't see the cash apps already get off, so you don't really get you don't get a shout out because I'll be already offline. But let me go back on some cash apps and give y'all credit for sending cash apps. Let me shout you out. I sometimes I avoid it because your real name be linked to the cash app. So I'm gonna give party a name and only you gonna know it's you. Right. And it's gonna piss off those haters, those pocket watching haters. Okay, so Jason has sent $50 yesterday. Actually, Monday. What's today? Yeah, Monday. Yes, he said, I appreciate all your efforts. Jason, thank you for the $50 cash app. Then we have Pickett. I'm gonna say T Pickett. Okay, so he said, hey man, if you get that e-bike, I got $10 on it. Thank you very much. $10 super chat. Then we got back in action. Like he's a regular. He and fresh always on regulars with the cash app. So 25 in total, right? 2 cash apps, 25 in total. Thank you very much. We got Iconic Soul. He's a regular. CA Stephanie carries a regular. You did $10 Iconic Soul. Stephanie, $2. They're regulars. We got Ant. Ant became a regular as well. Florida Trucker. Okay, that was December 17th. First class Citizen Smith, $20. Yep, $20. Aztec, $5. We got Stephanie back in the cash app with $5. We got LeVar Jones, $10. We got back in action. Back in action. He's literally back in action. Like his name is all that when it comes to donating. He's back in action. This guy's up. I can't even say all. You got too many. $5. Now, like I've been Ubering around the place on just you. So we got Brendan Sims, $20. We got Ancient Genius, $5. We got Lexus Berry, $2. We got Angela, $15. We got Back in Action, another $10. LeVar Jones, Back in Action himself, $5. We got Back in Action, $10. We got Back in Action, $5. We got Back in Action, $5. Yeah, you got Curtis Weaver, $10. Back in Action, $5. Iconic Soul, $5. LeVar Jones, $10. Carl Miller, $100. I'm like, did I read that right? Yeah, $100. Yo, they are mad as hell right now. This dude sent $100. Curtis, another Curtis with a K, he sent $10. Kevin sent $1. Back in Action, Back in Action, Back in Action, Back in Action, and again with $10. We got Soul Rock, Sosta, $5. We got Boasted Liberty Network, $1. Kevin back in there, $1. We got yeah, so you see, we got Back in Action. Okay, at one point it appeared like Back in Action and Boasted Liberty Network were like competing for the most cash apps one day. They were like back and forth, like, damn, y'all competing. We got Horace, $10, and Martin Williams, Marvin Meadows, $10, $5. Yeah, so that this ain't one, you know what I mean? This is across a couple of days. and even November. I'm just catching up on everybody that sent. Like I said, when I get the cash apps, I usually see them when I'm offline. I got to figure out how to have it on the screen. Some YouTube channels I've seen, somebody got to help me out with that. If y'all know how to do that, let me know. Some people they can set it up where the cash app is linked to the live channel. So when they cash app, you see that too. Right. So then we got cash app right here. Okay, I forget about these cash apps. We got the ancestors donated for the birthday cake. I can't mess it up for him. Thank you very much. Marvin again with $10. Oh my God, yo, these haters are hating. JJ, we get all that money. We got Marvin again, $5. We got Angela again, $10. We got Do Better Consultations, $50, $25. When he cash app is usually like 25 or up. And we got Boast of Liberty in there, 25, 10, 10, 10, 25. Do Better Consultations again. Boast of Liberty. Like I said, it's like they're battling. Yeah, we got Donnie Williams in there, 1999. And we got yeah, man, that's about it. Brendan Sims, about 50. He sent 50. When he usually sends, it's usually something heavy. But man, it's well appreciated. Obviously, money, the dollar bill rolls, so you know what I mean, money is power. So when y'all send money, definitely can do some of that. And you know, y'all make communication way much easier. But yeah. So I appreciate that. They're mad as hell. They'll get support. That's why I purposely read off the support. Y'all want a pocket watch? Well, now you're gonna goddamn listen watch. All right, so now let's get this. And then they're even mad that we have a donation song. You don't believe me? Listen.
We have to start supporting ourselves. We have to add value to our content and our voices.
Hey, haters gone, hate supporters done it. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones.
I almost missed Fresh Always super chat just now. He sent $4.99. Fresh Always super chat. Thank you, bro. More than love in the building. I almost missed that one. Oh yeah, man. We got SLLE44. He must have been busy the last 3 days because he ain't been calling in to, you know what I mean? Because he usually take over during the late hour and start cooking until 4 or 5 a.m. Yeah, I'm gonna say, yo, you and Rahel did a great job on Caribbean Gym. Like I ain't know you could do it. I ain't know you had that in you, bro. Yeah, you guys like two talk show hosts, two investigators, two goddamn detectives. Yo, y'all was, oh my God, yo, y'all had her. She was trying to be reserved and she just gave it all up. Her whole life story. Like, wow, like y'all really pulled it out of her. So Caribbean Gym, I want you to click that link if you can. But I'm gonna close out with this. So Caribbean link, if you're there, click the link. If not, we're gonna close out. Or if somebody hating in the sideline while you ride mine, you can click that link too. So anybody with the smoke, click the link. Caribbean Gym, click the link. Outside of that, we're gonna hang it up after this important message brought to you.
I'm really one of them ones. I'm really in my they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. Hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Hey. Haters gone, hate supporters done it. Support on your own, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really in my they done. Cash app, $sign on box rhyme. I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe.
Where's the video of Chief X? Put that link in the chat of Chief X. Somebody said they had that. I want to play that. See what I got. Somebody said they had a Chief X video. Put that link back in the chat. Let me click it after the this message is brought to you.
I'm really real one of them. I'm really him, I'm really out here standing on 10. Like and subscribe. like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Support me at home, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they don't. Cash app, $ on by his rhyme. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't.
Also, I want to get cooking on TikTok. Now TikTok, if y'all get me straight here, if y'all get me where I can go live here, I'm gonna need way more followers than 188 though, like near 1,000. I would be more active on TikTok than I ever would on YouTube. So YouTube, I can only go either early morning or 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. But TikTok, I can go anytime, anywhere. See, YouTube is all about thumbnails and fancy titles and, all that stuff. TikTok ain't. So I got to really set up and be professional with YouTube. But if I get enough followers on TikTok, you see, it's Unbiased Ron, real simple. You put his link in the chat. If y'all get me to 1,000 followers on TikTok or something close, I will go way more often on TikTok because I don't need to set up thumbnails and catchy titles and research and share videos. I just can talk. YouTube just takes much more. You got to teach YouTube. You got to treat YouTube like a. Those haters listening, trying to get tips. Anyway, that's a TikTok.
Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Support me at home, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, $ on by his line. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really always standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. I'm really real one of them, I'm really him, I'm really always standing on 10. Like and subscribe, thumbs up the video. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Support me at home, don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones, I'm really him or they don't. Cash app,
$on by Ron. Haters gon' hate, supporters don't. Let them see you donate.
Haters gon' hate, supporters donate. Support me at home.
Don't support one of them clones. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him or they dumb. Cash app, $ Unbiased Ron.
Please don't
hate.
Please support, donate. I'm really one of them ones. I'm really him or they dumb.
Cash app, $ Unbiased Ron. Cash app, $ Unbiased Ron. Yeah, this song is actually hot. Cash app, Unbiased. Yeah, I'll be playing this at work. They're like, what you singing, yeah?
I'm really real one of them ones that they dumb. Thumbs up. Subscribe, cash app, $ Unbiased Ron.
Thumbs up. Let me do one more song before I leave. Yeah, this was a lineage favorite. I ain't played this one in a while. And I feel bad because this is the lineage favorite song right here. Okay, right here. My fault. I ain't played this song in a while.
We fight. We really fight.
From the Revolutionary War, Civil Rights, was about our rights. We fight.
We really fight. We fight. We really fight. From the Revolutionary War, Civil Rights, was about rights. We living our rights. We fight. We really fight. We fight. We really fight. From the Revolutionary War, Civil Rights, was about rights. We living our rights. We fight. We really fight. If it's all love, then why did they ask for a reward? If it's all love, then why isn't it love you're asking for? If it's all love, then why aren't you practicing it more and more? If it's all love, then we're asking you acting more and more. We fight. We really fight. From the Revolutionary War, Civil War, Civil Wars was about rights, but living our rights. We fight, we really fight. We fight, we really fight. From the Revolutionary War, Civil War, Civil Wars was about rights, but living our rights. We fight, we really fight. If it's all up, then why did they ask for a war? If it's all up, then why isn't it love you're asking for? If it's all up, then why aren't you practicing it more and more? If it's all up, then we're asking you act like it more and more. If it's all up, then why did I ask for a war? If it's all up, then why isn't it love you're asking for? If it's all up, then why aren't you practicing it more and more? If it's all up, then we're asking you act like it more and more. We fight, we really fight. From the Revolutionary War, Civil War, Civil Wars was about rights, we living our rights. We fight, we really fight. If it's all up, then why did I ask for a war? If it's all up, then why isn't it love you're asking for? If it's all up, then why aren't you practicing it more and more? If it's all up, then we're asking you act like it more and more.
Hey, yo, peace to the fam. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the attendance. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscription notification bell. Thanks for the super chats, donations. Thanks for, repping the lineage, man, keeping it alive. Like I said, we have a living culture. We have a living culture. It's forever evolving. It's forever updating. It's forever upgrading. Okay. It keeps up with modern time. We got the only culture that keeps up with modern time. So for those reasons, I call it a living culture, man. We are B1, verb B1, BE1 just simply means B1 on code. And we one, pronoun, plural pronoun, we one. Just means we are one with the lineage. You dig? We fight, man. Nah, we really fight.